They told me my only chance was a heart transplant.
And the American Heart Association helped make that possible. Their research helped save me.
This could not happen without monthly donations from friends like you. Your sustained support helps fund life-saving research that leads to medical breakthroughs, like those that gave Jen a second chance at life. Heart disease is the #1 killer in America, and we urgently need your help to save lives. Go to helpheart.org or call now to become a monthly donor today. Your donation of only $19 a month, just 63 cents a day, will make a difference through prevention, early detection, treatments, and cures that help save lives.
I am very thankful for the American Heart Association. I'm grateful for just every day that I get with my children.
Please go to helpheart.org or call now with your donation of just $19 a month. Join our community of monthly donors, and you'll get this limited edition t-shirt you can wear to show you're helping save lives.
It's hard to imagine that a mom can die from pregnancy-induced heart failure, but thousands die every year. That's why your support is so urgently needed.
So please, call or go to helpheart.org now to help save lives.
Because I have both Medicaid and Medicare, I got a special Medicare Advantage plan from WellCare. It's called a DSNP. That's DSNP. And it stands for Dual Eligible Special Needs Plan. And WellCare DSNP comes with a whole lot of these, like more coverage for dental, vision, and hearing. And I can even see specialists for a $0 or low copay. And I get benefits like $0 copays on prescriptions, and a WellCare Spendables debit card for everyday stuff, and real human support, and answers I can understand. And that means a WellCare DSNP provides what I need when I need it. And that gives me the confidence I need to get through every day.
The coverage you need and more. Call 877-244-4512 or visit wellcaremore.com to see if you qualify for more benefits.
What's going on, everybody? Thanks for joining us this afternoon. I'm Bob Van Dillen. It's Thursday, November 6th. Let's take you inside America's Weather Center. Some big headlines. We're on the verge of entering the second severe storm season of the year. Now, we've got a threat that's building for the Mid-South for tomorrow afternoon. We will track that out for you and give you the timing because it's not just one day. It could bleed into the weekend. And fall is set to turn into an early blast of winter for millions of Americans. That's going to start later this weekend. We've got lake effect snow in the forecast, first major one of the season. Look at Saranac Lake earlier this morning. Rain mixing in with snow. That's up there in central New York, up there by the mountains. Yeah, I'll tell you what, we're going to see more of that action developing. Plus, the Fox Weather Tailgate is back. We just talked to Nick down there. We got Chef Chris, the bad boy. Look what he's got cooking up there. He's got some dart and scat. Now, anytime I hear scat in food, it's usually not good, but we're talking about Scataboo, the actual running back for the Giants.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's all right now in America's Weather Center. When he called it scat, I was like, let's change that to just Scataboo. Scat's not the same thing. Anyway, Ian Oliver, good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you. I like this. This is sharp.
I'm trying to do the Bond villain thing for you.
There was like the that movie Mountainhead that HBO did with Steve Carell.
Yeah, that's it.
CEO.
You like that? Yeah.
Yeah, you got CEO energy going on.
I interviewed that dude one time.
Yeah.
For a movie. He was great. He's hilarious. He's nice guy.
So funny.
Yeah, he's one of the best. But so are you. I'm glad you're here because my voice sounds like I've been gargling broken glass over the last couple of days. So you can help me out just a touch. But when you look at what's going on right now,
ripping darts on that sidewalk before the show.
That's exactly what was going on. Look at the severe weather threat we've got developing right now. And we talked about it yesterday. We were kind of like, meh. But at this point, some of the dew points are going to creep into the low 60s. Maybe enough out there in Middle Tennessee to get something popping.
Yeah, enough that they have this level 2.
Yeah.
Some big hail, maybe a little bit of spin. We'll be watching that. But
look at that storm, by the way. It's beautiful.
Yeah, big. That real color is something else. We're in the mix here where we have this storm. It's the leading edge of a big pattern change.
Right.
And it's kind of one story, all of our stories today.
Yeah, it's all linked.
Yeah.
And I think you're going to like this because I like doing the plays of what's going on. Here's our energy that's going to develop for some of that severe weather coming in for tomorrow, right? That's that shot that was the AR that rolled through. It's thinning out just a little bit.
Ex-atmospheric river.
Yeah, that's going to move down and continue to get that cold front to push in as it moves through right around the mid-south by tomorrow afternoon. But we got some storms to develop later on today. It's about your time frame when you're gone. You're back home. You're changing diapers. It's about midnight, right? You're not sleeping out of that.
Thursday night football will have ended at that point.
Right.
It moves through this one, this go-around, mostly rain.
Yeah.
That's part of the change, though, that's taking place.
It's like every one of these cold fronts going by, it's like a left jab, left
That's it.
jab. The one's coming up is an uppercut to the chin. We'll show you that in a second, but let's lead to this. This is the cold front that drops down tomorrow afternoon. It's your Friday afternoon. That's the one that maybe had some tougher weather for you around Chicago, first part of the day, and then it slides down towards Tennessee. And you can see, we're still in the same spot.
Almost to the bluegrass, down into southwestern parts of the Commonwealth and into middle Tennessee.
Yeah.
That'll be the sweet spot. It has everything to do with the position, the timing of that front, but also the amount of storm energy, like you were saying, that can build.
Right.
That's kind of the sweet spot where those two things meet.
You're a pro down there. Was it Lexington you were?
Lexington, yeah.
And you and Bane Froney both.
Same station.
It's like a conveyor belt from that region all the way up to
That's
New York
it.
City. Good,
We're both former storm trackers. Like a decade apart.
No, I love it.
You can't tell, though.
No. You look like me. I love watching the old promos of you when you first got here. Your pitch black hair. Yeah.
I'm aging like a presidential term. I've been here for a presidential term now.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you've been here for 4.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you're OG.
4 more years. Ari says 4 more years.
4 more years. Yeah, I mean, my hair started going gray with my first child. That's all I can tell you. That was 21 years ago.
I was well on my way. I can't even put that on her.
Let's look at the setup for you tomorrow. We got wind shear. That's going to be the main player. It's all about the high shear, maybe low instability. But we're going to get some sunshine out ahead of this. So, yeah, we got some hail-making capability.
Yeah, that's probably the big threat. And then the front loses some pace into the end of the week and early part of the weekend. So, yeah, come Saturday, whole deep south region's a little bit unsettled.
It will be. We got a Ole Miss game. They're playing the Citadel. we had them on the Rowie, and we don't even have the Citadel's logo. We had a football. I feel bad. Listen, I love the Citadel.
Import the
South
logo.
Carolina. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Somebody right-click, save as the JPEG, and get it in there.
No, when my son's friend goes to the Citadel, it's like I'm not pulling for him for against Ole Miss, but still, we should show him some respect.
A little bit.
All right, that's what it goes. You can see the storms developing in Chattanooga. That is at 9 p.m. as it slides through. So let's get to the Northeast. What just happened with this wind?
Excellent question.
Did you hear it going through yesterday?
What's this?
That's Philly. All right, there we go. Northwest.
What's that frontier? You can't park there. What's he doing there?
Listen, the government shut down. You do whatever the hell you want.
I guess so.
I guess. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, look at the pictures. Glens Falls. You still have leaves on the trees up there, too.
Yeah, that was part of the reason why we had more concern with these gusts, because it was, in that 50-mile-per-hour range. That's a lot of stress on these trees.
I just see Utica again. I got to know where that camera is pointed. I think, is that Smith Hill Road? Is that my, it's my old station.
Get out of here.
WUTR. All right, thanks, you guys. Mohawk Valley, for me. I appreciate it. Good stuff. All right, pull that picture out, and you can see this picture itself. And the low itself, I try and get Christopher Tate to tell me what the latest pressure was. It's now 976.
That's nothing by recent standards.
That was a 956 at this time 3 days ago.
Right.
Not the same storm. That was the first one that went by.
Right.
It's beautiful.
High standards, the North Atlantic.
Yeah, listen, this time of year, forget about it. Look at your winds. How do you like this? This is your Boston. You're still cranking in at 39. What's the one that we always have to put on just because we want to see?
Gloucester?
I was going to say Mount Washington.
Oh, okay.
Look at your wind.
89.
89 mile per hour.
Sustained hurricane force.
Yeah, 74. Nice, right?
Home of the world's worst weather.
It is. It clearly is. Remember Janice Dean went up there a couple of years ago.
Yeah, that was awesome.
It took her forever
Spent
to get
the night
up
up there.
Yeah, because just getting up there in that terrible weather, it's not an easy track.
The toll road, I mean, you see the bumper sticker, this car climbed Mount Washington. If all things are good, which oftentimes they're not, you can drive up there.
Yeah.
But when things get bad in the winter, no shot.
No, with that wood-paneled station wagon you used to have, forget it. It's not going up there.
The rear-facing seat in the back.
Yeah, no seatbelts.
No seatbelt.
Yep, with ashtray.
My buddy and I were talking about that. His mom had one of those growing up.
Yeah.
And what an experience it was to just look out the back while you're driving.
Yeah, we did it too.
Yeah.
I remember going to the Giants. There's UTR. Woohoo! That's what we're talking about. Going to Giants games and sitting in the back of one of those things, you could see everything. On Route 3, dangerous as hell, but it was great. It was a touch of danger growing up as kids, everybody. You miss it. Look at this. It feels like 36 in Rutland right now. Yeah, that's one of your old stomping grounds, getting up towards Vermont.
Yep. Yeah. Talking about it, that's a legitimate wind chill.
Yeah.
More driven by...
It's a proper wind chill.
It is a proper wind chill. Low 40s, feels like it's the mid-30s. I know we're feeling the chill here, 52 degrees.
Right.
Tailgate's a chilly one.
Yeah, Nick was just on. I was halfway between the new winter coats that we got and just the mock, the quarter zip.
Just zip that up, make it a full zip.
Make it full. Yeah, we could do it. All right, where do we go from here? We got more weather to talk about. We got the winter chill. Let's talk about this, Ian, because this is our seasons changer that we were talking about.
Saranac Lake, 34 degrees. Oh. I told this story like 50 times on Fox Weather. That's where I did my coldest live shot of my career.
Saranac Lake.
When I was working in Burlington, Vermont, because it's a bowl. Same story.
Yeah, it's a bowl on a mountain.
That's like the usual suspect for a cold spot anywhere in the country.
Yeah, when I was in Syracuse, it's the same thing. And I had to explain to people, well, it's in the Adirondacks. Well, technically, yeah, but it's a valley in the higher elevation.
It's not representative of the temperatures around the region, but it kind of just is what it is. But yeah, it was like 20 below, 25 below one morning.
You did that?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness, yeah. I mean, that's no fun.
It was kind of fun. Outside of the nose hair, it's freezing up. That's not fun.
As soon as the snot starts, you're done. All right, look at this. This is what we're watching. This is what we're going to show you play-by-play. It's a storm number 1, right? That thing is rocketing in. Go up to Hudson's Bay. This is our main circulation. We'll call that the low as the cold air circulates around it, and that's actually going to be our trough that goes in that direction, right? What does it do, though? It grabs this energy from the Gulf of Alaska, peels it in, and the end result is the Indianapolis Colts logo forming right across the middle part of the country.
Yeah, they get the new GM.
Yeah, oh, I know.
Just get the headset going.
Yeah, and they got
calling the shots.
And the new quarterback.
Yeah. Danny Dimes? Or Indiana Jones, excuse me.
Yeah, well.
He had a little bit of a dud last week.
Hey, listen,
he's my QB in fantasy.
He thought he was wearing a Giants uniform again.
That right there, though, I think what's impressive, this is kind of the one that makes you feel like the season's making a big-time change.
Yeah, I agree.
The extent of the frost and freeze potential.
It goes all the way down to North Florida.
It's like I-10. Yeah.
It goes all the way down there. So we were talking about it before. When traditionally what I call the end of hurricane season for the Gulf. It's when that 540 thickness line reaches down to the Gulf of America. That's where it is by Sunday into Monday.
Yeah.
Thickness is the 1,000 millibars, 500 millibars. The bigger the thickness, the warmer the air, the smaller the thickness, the colder the air.
Right.
540 line is what you look at for snow.
My old Chief Steve in Tampa always said when a cold front cleared Puerto Rico. That was his thing.
That's a good one. Yeah,
but I think if there's a frost advisory on the Gulf Coast or damn close to it,
that's
hurricane season is probably over.
I agree. And we haven't seen temperatures like that this year. I mean, it looks like Anniston, Alabama. That's that marker right there. That's the I-20 right there between Birmingham and Atlanta.
Okay.
Go down there all the time. By the way, the Buc-ee's I think it's right outside of Birmingham. It's awesome. Have you ever been to Buc-ee's before?
So, southern thing, right?
Yeah, totally.
We didn't have it. Lexington, I lived, and in Tampa, we didn't have one either. But my buddy sent us for Ripley a Buc-ee's onesie.
Oh, yeah.
So I know that the South has a lot of pride in Buc-ee's.
Oh, yeah.
So she was repping it.
Oh, and you got 100 gas pumps lined up right there, and the brisket. Forget if it's so great. It's in Leeds, Alabama. That's where it is. It's always the halfway point where we try to go between Atlanta and
We didn't have that luxury.
No, it's brand new. It's within 10 years.
Wawa and Publix was a revelation for me.
You had Cumbie Farms too, right?
Cumbie's is, I shouldn't. Yeah,
we had Cumbie.
Yeah, we didn't have we didn't have nothing. We had Cumberland Farms. We had Cumbies. We were all set.
It was good. All right, what do you got going on? You sticking around for another block? What the hell?
One more. Then I'm going outside to.
You're doing the rowie, right? Got the forecast for tailgate.
Some rowie, more seeing what the deal is with the chef.
Oh, have you seen him? He's got some stuff down there.
No, I haven't seen it yet. Yeah. Only your little preview.
Yeah, he's got some good stuff down there. So listen, we are tailgating, so to play us out, we've got music you might hear at the tailgating. That's coming up. Ski House also, you and I are going to be splitting these this year. I've got the one December 3rd. That is the week right after Thanksgiving. It'll be in Deer Valley. Bane Froney and I will both be out there.
Deer Valley's so nice.
I've never been. Can't
Class.
wait. I cannot wait. So that's Ski House, everybody. We appreciate you watching us. We'll be right back with some tailgate music to play us out. Be right back.
'Cause I'm TNT, I'm dynamite. TNT, and I'll win that fight. TNT, I'm a power load. TNT, watch me explode.
It's the Medicare annual enrollment period, and now's the time for everyone on Medicare to call and check up on their Medicare plan and benefits. With everyone on Medicare being instructed to call, let's drop in on one family you may remember and see what they're up to.
I'm not calling, you call.
I'm not calling, you call.
Let's get Mikey.
He doesn't like talking with anyone.
Mikey just enrolled in a 2026 plan with additional benefits that were not previously available to him. He's getting additional benefits and may save some money too.
Look, he likes it.
Now's the time for everyone on Medicare to call. You don't get additional benefits automatically. Call now for your free 2026 Medicare coverage checkup. We can see if there are any changes to your plan in the coming year, or if there is a plan available in your area with additional benefits or potential cost savings. Did you know Medicare Advantage plans can change each and every year? Call now and a licensed insurance agent can look up your plan and see if there are any changes to your current plan in the coming year. The call and Medicare checkup are free.
So everyone on Medicare should call.
Yes, the Medicare annual enrollment period is a great time for everyone on Medicare to call for their free 2026 Medicare coverage review and checkup. Don't wait. Different plans are available in different parts of the country. Now's the time for everyone on Medicare to call for their free 2026 Medicare benefits review and checkup.
So we should call now too.
Yes, we can look up your plan and let you know if there are any changes for the upcoming year, or see if there is a Medicare Advantage plan now available in your area with additional benefits or potential cost savings. Call now before the deadline. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th. If you're on Medicare, now's the time to call. The call and Medicare coverage checkup are free with no obligation.
Just call 800-488-1542. 800-488-1542.
Inflation and economic uncertainty have affected all of us. But if you have a structured settlement or annuity, J.G. Wentworth can help you get a lump sum of cash now in exchange for some or all of your future payments. J.G. Wentworth has helped individuals get over $290 million in the past year alone. So why live month to month in these uncertain economic times? Call J.G. Wentworth today at 877-CASH-NOW and get the cash you need now from your structured settlement. Call now.
Tax withheld, added benefits, just gotta pay myself. Nice. Hi. I'm you, with more gusto. You look so relaxed. Things have been great. My hair's growing back. Yeah. Team's digging a new flow. Team? It's just me. Nope. We hired our first employee. Correction. Team of 4. Correction. Team of 7. Dang. It's beautiful. Grow your business with gusto.
Welcome back, everybody, to America's Weather Center. I've got Ian Oliver sticking around with me one more time, and we've got the picture going on in Jamaica right now because we're not done with this. We had the Category 5 slam them last week, 185-mile-per-hour winds. So all eyes right now are on what's the forecast.
Right. Yeah, no question. And I know you were having the conversation earlier. The power outages. I mean,
Right.
when damage is this widespread, that's going to be a long process to get that restored.
Yeah, it is. And you always have to worry, okay, well, what's the temperature going to be and how humid is it going to get? And we're still down basically with the very hot temperatures. And it's humid too. You're right there in the Caribbean, right in the middle.
Right.
Hasn't cooled down. Haven't had the beneficial cold front wash through, at least not yet. So
No.
it's going to be tough.
No, and effectively what produced the intensity of Melissa is the reason for all that, the sea surface temperatures. How can you cool off that much during the overnight hours when you're on an island surrounded by super warm water?
That's such a good point. And you can see every day we get the diurnal flow coming in, and you get it right up the mountains, and you can see it on satellite too, Ian. We've got the convection already popping.
Yep.
Thunderstorms.
Yeah, so we're in the tropics still. I mean, at this point, we have, 4 weeks? A little less than that at this point.
Yeah.
3.5 weeks to go in this hurricane season.
November 30th, the last day. And you can see what we've got. I mean, every day we got rain popping up, but it's not just the rain. You can kind of deal with that because we're not talking about torrential downpours, but it's the temperatures right here. And they're upper 80s. Add the humidity. It's going to feel like the low 90s for the next several afternoons.
Yeah. This is, it is what it is,
Yeah.
truly. And I know you had spoken with a couple of those residents, and they're saying we'll get through it.
Yeah, so we're going to survive it.
Yeah.
But you hate to see it because, all right, that's what it looks like during the day with the rain coming in. Yeah, it's piling up.
That's the real problem.
It is
right there.
And also, when you look at the forecast coming in for the next few days out there for Montego Bay, you never get a chance to recover with cool air.
No.
Like you had said, it's still warm.
No, I mean, yeah, it's sea surface temperatures were south of the island still 86.
Mid 80s, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you're stuck in an overall setup where the atmosphere is being dictated by what's going on below it. You can handle that. I mean, folks in Jamaica know the drill. But those storms are disruptive to the recovery.
And that's the worst part about it. So let's look at the Atlantic right now. Every time we look at it, Ian, we've got a lower percentage. So we've got 5% of the power essentially still out there in the Atlantic for the rest of the season, but things are waning pretty quickly.
I was looking at some of the graphics, Fox Forecast Center, our weather presentation team. You may have the graphic. I think it's like 4 hurricanes that have made it out of the Caribbean up into the Gulf or the Atlantic in November.
Yeah,
it's a very low number
That's it.
across the period of record.
Of course, I don't have that one, but I know what you're talking about. I was just showing you this because tropical development, remember a couple days ago, we had the orange hatched right there.
Yeah.
For development possible, but at this point, no.
You just showed the climatology. If something at this point was going to develop, that's where it would be.
Right,
and it would most likely impact Central America because of that. There's just no path at this point in the season off to the north, especially with what we've been dealing with lately weather-wise.
It's 100%. And we made this graphic right here months ago. So this is your typical November situation. This is what it's going to look like by Sunday. Same exact thing.
Yeah.
Big old dip in a jet stream.
Climatology.
It's good.
It works sometimes.
It's the way my professors used to say, hey, listen, you know what's going to happen? Predict climatology, or if you're in a drought, don't predict rain. That was their sage advice as we were getting kicked out the door with a diploma.
The old persistence method?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, all right, thanks. We're looking also at the typhoons right there. This one is back up to 115 mile per hour winds as it peeled out of Vietnam. Okay. Because remember, it came out from the Philippines. It was 105 yesterday, so it has gained some strength. Eventually, it's going to rain itself out right over Cambodia, Laos, into Thailand also. Rain to come. That's the mountainous stuff right there. So that's the typhoon action that we're sticking right there. All right, atmospheric rivers, Ian, we've got those going across the northwest right now, too. So we've had shot after shot of heavy rain. Well, that's a nice picture right there. That's a golf ball lens, huh? There you go.
Very enlightening.
Yeah, where's that? Tacoma, Washington? Is that the old Tacoma Narrows Bridge? Probably not. This one where the car was rocking and rolling in the wind. Remember that? Remember the old?
Yes.
Yeah, there was like a Model T.
Yeah.
The video from back in the day.
There's Eugene.
Eugene, Oregon, looking nice.
Home of the Prefontaine Classic.
Is it?
Track event.
Oh, very nice.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know that one. There we are. Here's California. You get across Northern California, same thing. So what about the radar picture? And the imagery is about the same where it was yesterday. Different storm, but the same result. Heavy rain peeling right through the Olympic Peninsula.
Yeah, this was part of the story this week, that it was going to be kind of an onslaught.
Yeah.
And now we've got this moving in, and we just spoke with our friends at Fox 13 yesterday saying...
Oh, you had her too? I had Abby Oconee on yesterday.
We had Alona.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
And Alona McCauley, and she was saying, yeah, this is right on schedule for this time of the year, but it doesn't make it less impactful while it's happening.
Yeah, and I was asking her, the leaves still on the trees? The answer is yes, so you get a little bit of a storm drain cloggage issue. Here's the rain from yesterday, Ian. It's scant at best, raining itself out. So pull that picture up, and we'll show you what's going on, because you put the water vapor imagery plus the isobars, and it tells you the story.
Yep. Yeah, so that Gulf of Alaska has been active, right? Different disturbances pivoting around that, too. This helps. It's breaking down the overall pattern. I know you're the enemy of zonal flow.
Oh, it's the worst, right? I'm trying to time this out. At least things are going to switch around. People might not like it with the cold air that's going to rush in.
Yeah.
But it gives you a change, a refreshing change.
Yeah. Something to discuss outside of these quick-moving storms, get a rapid fire.
Yeah, absolutely. It's Friday afternoon. This is how much rain is left on top of what we've already seen. Dark shade of green. Again, we're going for another 1 to 2. Highest elevations and the snowfall levels, this has not been an issue for the passes yet at all.
No. There's a touch up in the northern Cascades, but a lot of it is how that atmospheric river is oriented.
Yeah.
If it was more westerly,
then you're talking colder air coming.
Yeah, or situated farther off to the south.
It's been pure, warm air coming out of the southwest. So that's why we haven't seen much snowfall out there. That's going to change, we know it. Winds have been a factor, though. But here you go.
Yeah.
California, 94 yesterday. It's pretty good.
It's not Mount Washington, but it's...
Yeah, East Coast is still winning out
Yeah.
here. I got you. Currently right here, you can see the winds have calmed down. Okay. San Francisco, 6-mile-per-hour wind, that's it. But the forecast is going to be a little stronger once that second batch moves in. All right, let's get to this. This is where I had to refresh my physics and my astronomy.
Oh, yeah.
That's right here, right? We got a strong geomagnetic storm that could get the northern lights rocking and rolling and is visible for parts of the United States for tonight. How about that? So we've got not a G6, but what we got? We're going for a G3 at this point?
Yeah, G6 is the jet,
It's the
right?
jet, right? I know. That's what I'm saying. It's not the G6.
Yeah. It's less expensive. We know that. It's,
Yeah,
free
it's free
if you have visibility of this.
It's free. Right now, we're clocking in at none, okay? So it's not out there, but we're anticipating the forecast through tonight to be a G3 in strength. So what does that mean? Well, I was watching Michael Estimate break it down. I did my own research as well, believe it or not. And this is what we've got for the forecast, okay? So the KP index, which I wrote it down, what does that stand for? It's German. It's Planetarisch Kennziffer. That's what it stands for. I took German in high school, too, by the way. So,
I can tell.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Planetarisch Kennziffer. I notice if you yell it, it sounds like you know what you're talking about. But you can see the KP index, essentially, where it is on the board. We're going for between a 5 and a 6.5 tonight. What does that mean? It means you can see it a little farther south, the stronger it is. So the viewing line is what we're calling for. This is essentially where we're starting out right now. So the northern part of the country, from Fargo northward, you got a chance.
And you said we're up to a what?
6.5.
Okay.
So let me get it down to, this one goes all the way down to
The only
7.
problem with that line that you're drawing is that it's effectively what the storm track has been.
Well, I'm not saying the weather's going to be great to see it. I'm just saying if you can,
It exists.
just saying it's there. I know. Well, we do have the forecast for the clouds, but so the line itself, where you can see it, essentially is going to be in between the orange and the yellow tonight. So it does include upstate New York and includes northern New England, which you probably get a good chance to see it because the clouds should be gone by then as that low pressure moves away.
Go back to Saranac Lake.
Yeah, we can go back up there.
Give yourself a good shot.
Once the skies clear out. But if you want to see it, the aurora viewing, I would go out there. Now, the ones that we had, what was it, a couple springs ago, where they were just bonkers off the chart, that was when you had the KP index of a 9. And you can see all the way down across Florida with a special lens.
I remember that, and there was some chatter that even in a place like New York City with all the light pollution that they were going to be visible.
You could still see it.
They weren't. I tried to
you
see
did?
it.
Have you ever seen it before?
No. I got married in Iceland, and we stayed, and we booked a viewing. You go out on the boat, and it's like super dark.
Yeah.
Cloudy, they can't see
Yeah.
it.
Oh, man, that stinks. Actually,
The search continues.
Well, I saw it in Syracuse back in 1998. I was working at the WTVH, right? And I got all these phone calls like, Bobby, there's something up there in the sky. I'm like, you guys, why is everybody hammered tonight? It was like a Friday night. So I drove home. Sure enough, I was in Liverpool. I look up and you could see the green ribbon. I was like, I'll be hot dog. There it is.
Cracked open a UC.
the Utica Club. No, I had actually graduated to Saranac after that.
Ah.
Yeah, it was, which is equally
you
good.
out.
Yeah, not bad, right? But hey, thanks for sticking around. I appreciate you going downstairs. Go get you some food.
Yeah.
I'm going to go do a little rowy forecast tonight.
You think
assume.
I don't have the...
Get the jacket.
Yeah?
It's cold. Yeah, it's brisk. It's brisk out there. Yeah, absolutely. So listen, play us out. We got the tailgate music, everybody. It's Thursday afternoon. Thanks for being here with us. Me and Ian are saying goodbye for a couple minutes. I'll see you in another couple down there tailgate with Nick. Be right back, everybody. Thanks for sticking around.
The best thing about being a woman is the prerogative to have a little money. They're totally crazy. Forget I'm a lady. Men shirt, short skirts. Really go wild, yeah. Doing that in style.
I'm Fox Weather's Stephen Morgan, and today we're talking about eclipses. There are two main types, solar and lunar. Similar but different, two sides of the same coin, and it's all about the alignment of the Earth, Sun, and Moon. Lunar eclipses occur when the Earth passes between the Sun and the Moon, casting a shadow on the lunar surface. The Moon appears to get darker with a reddish glow, which is why they're typically called blood moons. Solar eclipses occur because the Moon passes between the Sun and Earth, casting a shadow on the Earth's surface. In the path of totality, the Moon will block out the Sun's light, and at the surface, the temperature might even drop. These don't last long, only a few minutes, and only where the Moon is casting its shadow. Now, a lunar eclipse can last for hours and be seen anywhere as long as the moon is over the horizon. Now go out, if you can, and look up. There's so much to see. Know your Fox weather.
Your bathtub is a problem. It's outdated and unsafe. The solution, a stunning new shower from Jacuzzi Bath Remodel, installed in as little as 1 day. Look at this beautiful shower with so many safety features, all at a price that you can afford. Right now, call and Jacuzzi will waive all installation costs, and you won't make a payment for up to a year. Check out the genuine Jacuzzi quality shower walls. You can see and feel the difference. Wow. These fixtures are gorgeous. Jacuzzi offers so many modern styles with luxurious features like soft closed doors. Jacuzzi delivers style and safety. Stepping over a tub can be risky. Upgrade to an easy entry shower with a custom seat and durable grab shelves with so much storage. And check this out, you can also lean on them for support. I love that. Plus, an adjustable shower head. With Jacuzzi Bath Remodel, you can have it all. Do you hate scrubbing grout? So do I. Jacuzzi's unique material resists mold, mildew, and grime. It just rinses clean. Installation must take weeks or months, right? That's other companies. Jacuzzi Bath Remodel gets it done in as little as 1 day.
It's done in 1 day.
Oh my God. It's beautiful work. Flawless. Jacuzzi has been a trusted name for over 70 years, and that means quality. They install thousands of showers every month for happy customers. It is beautiful. So you know they deliver exceptional results. You deserve a bathroom that's beautiful and safe. So don't wait. This could be yours. Call right now.
Call or go online now to jacuzzibathremodel.com for a limited time offer. We're waiving all installation costs, plus 0 interest and 0 payments for up to 1 year.
Go to jacuzzibathremodel.com or call 800-384-1860.
Because I have both Medicaid and Medicare, I got a special Medicare Advantage plan from WellCare. It's called a DSNP. That's DSNP. And it stands for Dual Eligible Special Needs Plan. And WellCare DSNP comes with a whole lot of these, like more coverage for dental, vision, and hearing. And I can even see specialists for a $0 or low copay. And I get benefits like $0 copays on prescriptions. And a WellCare Spendables debit card for everyday stuff. And real human support. And answers I can understand. And that means a WellCare DSNP provides what I need when I need it. And that gives me the confidence I need to get through every day.
The coverage you need and more. Call 877-244-4512 or visit wellcaremore.com to see if you qualify for more benefits.
What's going on, everybody? Some severe weather is a possibility later on tomorrow afternoon, and we're looking at Middle Tennessee right through Kentucky. That's Nashville back in April with some very heavy rain with a cold front that screamed right through Tennessee. I remember that one going in towards Knoxville, too. Breezy conditions for sure, at a tornado outbreak that month as well. All right, so what's going on right now? You can see one bad frame, no big whoop, but you can see what's going on with our low pressure region. That's the one that's actually zipping out of here. And the good news is we're going to see this thing move away. And as it does so, the winds are going to start coming down from the northeast. But we've got our eyes set on this batch of energy that just rotated out of the Pacific Northwest earlier yesterday, rocking right through the Rocky Mountains. And you can see what we're watching with all the cloud cover starting to develop right in the upper part of the Midwest. So the Dakotas, Nebraska, getting into Minnesota, Wisconsin, same with Iowa. You're getting a cloud cover right now. Not severe, but later this afternoon, you may see some thunderstorm action around Chicago, all the way down and close to St. Louis, and then right near lower parts of Michigan. So that's as that cold front goes by later today. Not a lot of juice to work with. The humidity is just relatively low. But if you do look at the water vapor imagery, look at this, and you can clearly see all the energy racing right out of the West Coast and making that beeline towards the Great Lakes. So as the jet stream does one of these, we're talking zonal flow still. About to change, but right now it's still zonal. Everything just whips from the west to the east very quickly. It's tough to time things out, but the models so far are doing a pretty good job. Here's our rain for you about 1 o'clock, stretching right through northern parts of Wisconsin. I'm going to pause you here at midnight tonight. All right, now we're watching that cold front begin to drive right down through the Great Lakes into areas by Green Bay and getting in towards Milwaukee too. Some heavier stripes of rain over Lake Michigan itself. Watch where it goes, though, and it could clip right past Chicago. And then for tomorrow morning, this is your morning commute. Saginaw, Detroit, getting right out of South Bend at this point, stretching right through Indianapolis. Heavy rain. I don't think it's going to be severe at that point, but you do have a couple of cracks of lightning that could be a possibility, and it holds itself together as that cold front zips through Ontario and slides through Ohio, ultimately right through Erie and then Buffalo too. But then on Friday afternoon, that cold front lags down to the south, and you can see it's going to be parked right outside of Louisville, right outside of Memphis too. So ahead of that, usually you get the humidity returning off the Gulf of America, and we're going to start seeing these dew points begin to climb up just a bit. Now, we're not talking spring or summertime levels. We're still looking at upper 50s to low 60s as dew point temperatures, which is enough to get the supercells going. Anything above 55, and you can get some severe thunderstorms that are going to rip through. Here's the way it goes, though, when you zero into the region, and that will be right around Nashville that we're looking at for that spot. So where does it go? What does it look like? Here's our low pressure center. This is by Friday afternoon. There it is. That warm front's right about here. Cold front drags down to the south. Here is your warm sector. That's what we're calling that one right here. And as the temperatures are going to climb up and the winds come out of the southwest, it could begin to get that atmosphere a little primed for some severe weather for tomorrow afternoon. There's our CAPE, our available potential energy. So we're looking at that. The convective available potential energy is going to climb right through lower Louisiana into Mississippi. The more of that you see, the more power these storms essentially have to grow and build and get more power to them. But we're not looking at this thing going too far north, and it shouldn't be that high. What we're worried about, though, it's one of these typical situations this time of year where you get a tremendous amount of wind shear, basically speed shear, and a little directional shear with not a lot of instability. So we'll see where they go, but anything that does develop is going to tap into that colder air. That will be the hail-making capability. Then on Saturday, there it goes. It goes right through Mississippi, Alabama, into Georgia, the Carolinas, and Chattanooga, too. So, yeah, we got a couple of days. Starting later today, maybe a couple of shower storms developing in northern Illinois. Peaks out by Middle Tennessee, Kentucky tomorrow afternoon, and then some storms once again from Mississippi, Alabama, right into the Carolinas coming in after that. All right, so that's one cold front. Another one comes in for the early part of next week, and we've got the temperatures that are going to make a beeline down to the south. We've got these cooler temperatures, and we've got the wind that's still cranking out from these storms. So listen, this is one of these days that we've seen one storm exit, another one building, and then on the doorstep, on the horizon, we've got a third. It's going to drop the temperatures big time for next week. So let's just start with today. You can see what we're watching. We've got that one storm. It was a clipper. It's moved off the coastline at this point. It was a quick mover, but now it's starting to deepen and strengthen just offshore from coastal Canada. But we have the winds that are coming straight off the lakes. It's a drier atmosphere, and you see as that drier air runs in, you see just a lack of rainfall, lack of snowfall right through the Mohawk Valley. So not a typical lake effect situation. It's just too dry out there, and the winds are actually starting to slacken just a touch from west to east. But look at this beautiful storm. This thing is spiraling nicely, right? It's starting to deepen right there. Last look, it was a 976 millibar low. So the one that was earlier this week was a little farther up to the north. That thing actually got down to 956 during the show. I remember clocking and go, wow, that is a deep pressure. And we're talking about deep low pressure. That means that it's a more intense storm, and as high pressure builds in, it's the gradient winds, the difference between high pressure and low pressure. The winds spin up pretty quickly. That's why we got the gusty conditions that are still here. Now, luckily, no more wind advisories, no more high wind warnings. They all expired earlier this morning, but the current readings are still pretty good. Look at Bangor, gusting about 29. Portland, Maine, you're sustained at 20, but you're gusting to 31. And you get down to the south a bit farther. Even Hartford's gusting about 32. Boston gusting to 36 miles per hour. Syracuse right up the gut about 32, and that stretches right down to Albany, where you're looking at temperatures that are not feeling where they are on the thermometer. You've got a wind chill out there. You're talking about feeling like the mid to low 40s. Right now, your winds in Albany, 29 miles per hour. Of course, Mount Washington, you love to look at that one, right? 74 mile per hour sustained wind, gusting to 89. All right, what does that do to your wind chills? You can see the temperatures drop down. It's actually a little bit colder now in Albany. Now it feels like 37. Check out Rutland, feels like 36. These are all the wind chill values, how quickly that wind blows the heat away from your skin if you're outside. It feels about the same in Boston, 50 over 50. But you get towards Mount Washington, if you plan on going up the mountain today, it feels like minus 12. So pack warm. Here's where it goes for Boston, though. We got the winds that are going to start coming down. Sunset later on this afternoon. Once that happens, the gradient begins to slacken just a touch, and you can see the wind forecast goes down from there. Still gusting into the 20s up until about 5 o'clock. Then you get to about 7 o'clock. Winds are sustained about 11, 10 miles per hour, but that's about it. And you'll see a nice radiational cooling event happening later on this evening as the temperatures get down into the, I'd say, low 40s, upper 30s. Mount Washington, you clocked it right there, 109. That was your strongest wind gust. You can see Reading, Pennsylvania, even you guys, 61. We had some severe thunderstorm warnings also. One batch went across northern PA, another one right across the Mason-Dixon line with the border with Maryland. You had some winds that were toppling over trees. Some of these are coming in right there that were pretty strong. Winds gusting to the 50s and even 60s. Once you get over that 58-mile-per-hour zone, you're talking about severe weather. So what do we have in store? A dry day for tomorrow, and then you can see the rain coming back in for Friday night, and then getting out of here, hopefully, by Saturday morning sometime. All right, we've got the winter coming in behind us stuff. You want to see some cold temperatures, we're about to see it, and we're going to see the possibility of our first Major League Lake Effect snow event. That's Hamburg, New York. That's back in January. That is pure lake effect. By the way, that's where Brandy was just yesterday. And if you remember what that house looked like, it was all it wasn't quite boarded up yet, but that's the same house. It looks like it just gets iced over like a cake. Look at that. That was last year with that lake spray coming in and freezing on contact. Just amazing. We got to paint that thing every year, I would imagine. All right, so what's going on? We've got a couple of shots of energy rolling through, one out of the Pacific Northwest, and you can see what happened. Now we got the rain that's out here, and I put the water vapor on because you're watching this batch of energy. That will eventually phase with this nice circulation over Hudson's Bay in Canada, and it's going to draw in another shot of energy right through the Alaska region. Talk about the Gulf of Alaska slamming into the Pacific Northwest. Every one of these is going to help strengthen this trough, and then coming in by Sunday night and a Monday and Tuesday, that trough is going to drive way down to the Gulf Coast. So anytime you see the 540 thickness line, if you're a weather geek, you know what that is. When it touches the Gulf of America, you know hurricane season's just about over at that point for sure. But the cold air is going to be rocketing right down from the Great Lakes into that region. So what does it do to the warmer lake waters? When you have the temperatures that are still in the 50s, that is going to be explosive development for any kind of convection. If you have that cold air over top the warmer waters, you know those thunderstorms are actually going to build up, and now you're talking about thunder snow within that lake effect band if you get it, and it lines up perfectly for you. We'll see where it goes. Water temperatures right there, pretty good. Lake Superior still hanging in there, low 50s, mid 50s. Lake Huron, Lake Ontario, forget about it, you're 57. And the Shallowest Lake still hanging in there at 59.7 degrees. Those are all above the average. So you introduce that colder air mass, or just slide in this direction, goes over the lakes. This is our second crack at how much snow is going to fall. And you can see between Sunday and Tuesday, I mean, the clear winners will be the Lake Belt regions, north and east of Cleveland, probably in between Erie and Buffalo at this point. It all depends on the wind direction, but at this point, it looks to me like it'll be the Tug Hill Plateau that really is going to scrape it up nicely and get a good batch of snowfall. So NAO, talk about the North Atlantic Oscillation. When this thing goes negative, that jet stream aloft begins to weaken and allows the Arctic air to spill down to the south. So far, we've been positive, right? It's been a solid belt of wind. It's been zonal and strong, keeping that Arctic air bottled up. As that jet stream, the polar jet, begins to weaken a little bit, like what is forecasted right here, all of a sudden the bottom drops out, and that jet stream allows that Arctic air to spill down to the south. And that's probably what we're going to see. This is the way it's been for the last couple of days now, right? Zonal, watch what happens. The cold front is going to drag all the way over towards the east coast. That'll be at the surface. Aloft, the trough continues to develop, and again, that allows that colder air to really blossom and move down towards areas like North Florida. So here's the way it goes. You can see the purple shaded region. That is going into next week. That's where we'll see the coldest temperatures. These temperature readings, if you look at the colors, what's that, 30 degrees below the average for high temperatures for the, look at the Appalachians, and you get up to the north a bit farther, yeah, you've got some cold temperatures, even 5 to 10 below the average. So I know my wife and I are sticking around for New York this weekend. Bundle up for Monday. All right, hey, coming up, we've got a big slate of football action. Fox Weather, we've got you covered with that Rowie. There's a look at Charlotte, where the Panthers are right there, down the bottom. Look at that, beautiful. Football and fun, we've got Fox Weather Tailgate. Nick Koser down on Fox Square coming up.
Hi, I'm Amy Grant. I was living with a rare heart condition, and the doctor said if I didn't take care of it, it would become catastrophic. A few months later, I had open heart surgery that saved my life, and I owe it to the research and life-saving medical breakthroughs developed by the American Heart Association. Like so many women, I pushed through no matter what. But I've learned you have to take care of yourself in order to take care of other people.
I had a pretty normal mom life. Everything was pretty good, and it was a very happy life. I was given the diagnosis that I had peripartum cardiomyopathy, which is basically a pregnancy-induced heart failure. They told me my only chance was a heart transplant.
And the American Heart Association helped make that possible. Their research helped save me.
Please call now or go to helpheart.org. For only $19 a month, just 63 cents a day, you can help fund the next medical breakthrough, get the next person trained in CPR, and get the next hospital certified in high-quality cardiovascular care.
I am very thankful for the American Heart Association. I'm grateful for just every day that I get with my children.
Give $19 a month with your credit card, and we'll send you this special t-shirt you can wear to show you're part of a community of monthly donors working to help save more lives.
It's hard to imagine that a mom can die from pregnancy-induced heart failure, but thousands die every year. That's why your support is so urgently needed.
Any of us, every one of us, can make a modest monthly donation that actually helps and benefits everybody. Please call the number on your screen or go to helpheart.org now to become a monthly donor. Thank you.
Hey there, I'm Art Edmonds, jacuzzi bath remodel expert here to answer your questions. Why should I upgrade my bath or shower? You can't stand the outdated look, the color, the cracked tiles, or maybe you're upgrading for safety. We offer an easy entry design, grab bars, a custom seat, and adjustable shower head.
Call right now and Jacuzzi will waive installation costs with no interest and no payments for up to a year.
How long does getting a new bath or shower take? With Jacuzzi Bath Remodel, installation takes place in as little as 1 day.
Beautiful work. Flawless.
Why is Jacuzzi the best company to choose? With thousands of happy customers.
Amazing.
You can trust Jacuzzi to get the bathroom of your dreams.
It exceeded all my expectations.
Call or go online now to jacuzzibathremodel.com. For a limited time offer, we're waiving all installation costs, plus zero interest and zero payments for up to 1 year.
Go to jacuzzibathremodel.com or call 800-207-4703.
Oh yeah, welcome back to Fox Weather Tailgate, everybody. Let's look at Fox Square down there, the corner of 6th Avenue, the Avenue of Americas and 48th Street. A little brisk, a little cool. We have temperatures about 53 degrees. You add that northwest wind and you're kind of sheltered right here, but still, your temperatures are feeling like the upper 40s to low 50s. Finally feels like a proper cold front has gone by. Got the two boys down there. We've got Nick, we've got Ian. They're just hanging out. One of them's got the football, the other one's got the mic, and the other one's got the power punch. Boys, how's it going down there?
That's right.
Both got the football. Oh, okay. You got the clicker.
I had to put it down because I'm manning the clicker. Yeah. Hey, listen, you know it's brisk because Ian from the Northeast, New Englander.
I was hoping you weren't going to bring this up.
He just had to go inside to get his coat.
I was going to need the jacket.
Oh, did he? My bad. I blew up your spot.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Bob, I guess you were right. Hey, a blind squirrel gets a nut every once in a while, right? Bob was right.
Bob, I went back upstairs to get the jacket. It is, in fact, cold.
I told you. Good. Okay, good. Glad you listened to me, pal.
See? Dang, my bad.
It's all good.
You got to get me back then, one of these days.
No, we're cool.
All right,
You
listen.
got the food out here.
That's true. That's right. I got the food. I'll even pay for it too. All right, let's start with the Rowie here. I want to take you overseas because finally, Ian, we're sending a good team to go play in Europe. We've sent the Browns, we've sent the Jets. Now it's the Colts. They've actually got a winning record.
The reformed Danny Dimes.
That's right.
The question is, are we going to see them keep this rolling all the way through the second half now and into the postseason?
We'll see. I mean, they're 7-2. It's week 10. They got Sauce Gardner from the Jets.
Yes,
that's
a
big
huge
addition.
pickup.
Yeah.
My buddy was saying I was going to lose in the first round of fantasy this year.
Yeah.
And he was calling me the Ianapolis Colts.
That's
I
hilarious.
appreciate it.
Well, the joke's on him because
right.
Ianapolis is looking pretty darn good this
Yeah,
year.
they're going to go over to Germany and show folks what's up, get back on track. It was a little bit of a stinker last week for the Colts,
Yeah,
so
no doubt.
they got to right the ship.
Good news is the weather is not going to be a stinker. It's going to be just football weather. Cloudy, temps in the 40s, low wind, the Rowies low. All good. Should be a pretty good
bratwurst.
showing. Good
Bratwurst
bratwurst.
weather.
Yeah, hopefully they don't eat too many before game time and, get bogged down. Let's get back to the good old US of A. This is Sunday early afternoon. This is your Patriots going down to Tampa Bay where you used to work. So this is like hitting you close to home.
Last time the Pats were at Raymond James, I was there. It was the last time I saw Brady in a Patriots uniform.
Oh, my gosh.
Me and my dad, my buddies went to the game.
What a game.
Yeah, 6 years ago. So now they're back. It's Drake May.
Yep.
Looking like a young TB12.
You're not wrong. We'll see.
See what
I mean,
happens.
look, it's chilly in the Northeast, but on the west side of Florida, it's going to be partly cloudy and 80. So I'm sure the Patriots won't have a tough time acclimating.
If you're a Bucs season ticket holder, this is why you paid that money. It's not for the first half of the season when you were baking in the end zone. It's for that, with a kickoff temperature, low 80s, some sunshine, low humidity. It's a good stuff.
Winds at 10, so that may have an impact on longer field goals, but overall, perfect weather. Should be a pretty good game, too. Baker Mayfield's playing out of his mind, so a couple of good quarterbacks.
The Bucs have been banged up. I know Bucky Irving might be back for this game. If he wants to take one more until after the Patriots are gone, stay rest, make sure you're healthy.
Fair.
I know they lost Mike Evans too.
That's
everyone
stinks.
down in Tampa, everyone across the country loves Mike Evans. Just a pro's pro.
Yeah.
His streak of 1,000 yards.
Catches
season.
everything.
Yeah.
Not a diva. You got to love him.
Yep.
All right, let's get back to now Saturday. We're really moving back in time here. This is the Saturday late afternoon game in Iowa City. It's the Ducks taking on the Hawkeyes. We've got a series of cold fronts moving across the nation, and unfortunately, this has the max Rowie at 7. This could be a little sloppy.
Yeah. This is the time of the season now where I mentioned for Bucs season ticket holders, it's like the opposite of that for the Rowie.
Bingo.
We've had all these low Rowies the first half of the season. Now we're cranking and getting into real football weather. Rain, snow mixed toward the end of that game. High Rowie with the breeze out of the north at 10. That should be interesting. 2 ranked teams, too.
2 ranked teams. It in theory should be a good one. I'm coining this phrase now, so if you hear anybody else say it, they heard it from me. It's a snowy Rowie. It's good. I mean, come on. That's bars. That's bars.
I mean,
come on.
That is a 10 out of 10 right there. That's choice bars.
Thank you very much. I'm expecting to go double platinum with that.
At least.
All right, listen. Let's talk tailgating because we've got my buddy Chris Nerschel. He's
Sonny
back.
And the gang here.
Sonny's back here. I know you've been
here to warm you up.
You're here.
I'm here to warm you up.
Well, you've got the truffle fries going.
We got the truffle fries popping. I'm gonna do my flip. All right.
Look at this.
And now you got to get your flip.
Hey,
Ian, last time I tried this, I made a big mess. Hey, everybody, step back.
Oh!
Hey!
Well,
you got at least like half of the brown.
I was hoping there would be a little fries. You're killing me, dude.
That's the
All right,
snowy
well,
Rowie.
what I would do is I would have a much larger amount of fries, but about a half-inch by half-inch. Put them right in the air fryer. A little bit of oil, some good Moldon salt.
There's the snow.
Parmesan cheese. I thought I was going to want more fries. So there's more cheese and
Hey,
a little truffle oil. So we are gonna have some delicious truffle.
There's just something magical about truffle fries.
Yes.
I can't say no.
Yes.
I can't say no.
And then we're going to have a sloppy Flacco. Probably not this weekend. He's pretty tight. But it's like a sloppy Joe, but not.
right.
So we have our 12-hour braised short ribs, which we are going to make into sliders.
Come on.
Sliders, melted cheese, bread that's not burnt yet. And these have been cooked for 12 hours. This is the best thing to do. Sear them. Cover them, low and slow, overnight. Don't think about it. You wake up, the whole house smells the natural incense of food, obviously.
These will be elite sliders.
Sliders, man.
If they got Joe Flacco in the
that
name.
guy,
Floppy Flacco.
That old man. No, he's great. He's killing it.
Yeah, I know. Everybody calls him an old man. He's like my age.
Dude, I'm older than him.
I know.
Dude, Jesus. I'm like the old man.
Well, listen, I feel like an old man when everybody's talking about Joe Flacco like he should be in a retirement.
But you don't have to scramble out of the pocket at your job.
That's fair.
No.
That's fair.
How's your scramble game?
Well, when I drop a bad forecast, I scramble out of here pretty quick.
Sure.
I don't want the bosses to yell.
Yeah, I go for the run too. What we're going to accompany these with are some pickled red onions. Little acidity, some savory, some gooiness, and it's going to go with our fries.
Yeah.
Off the chain little sliders. Man. And once again, you eat on TV. What a great thing. I'll just take this from you.
I'll do it.
Do it. Yeah, it's a sloppy Joe, man. Yeah.
Sloppy Flacco.
Whoa, juicy. It is good though.
It is the sloppy part of the Flacco.
I'll take that.
By the way, you gotta show him the grease on your hand, Ian. There it is.
That's when you know it's a good tailgate, man.
That's what I'm talking
When you're
about.
getting down, you got the load slow. You know, you're working with. You have an air fryer at home?
Oh yeah, I use it like every night.
Yeah,
Fryer for the win.
You've been flipping all day.
He's roasting me out here. I'm getting toasted harder than the French
What can you
fries.
say?
Okay, listen. Let me ask you this, because we were doing the darts and the scats.
The darts and scats, yep.
Truffle fries, sliders. What do you think if you brought this whole spread? Because you've brought a lot. If you brought this to someone like Jackson Dart or Scataboo, how do you think they'd react?
Well, first off, Scott, when you get back, I'm cooking for you. Number 2.
This is how he'd react. Let's go! Whoa! Let's go!
Let's go, Giants.
Look at this.
The crowd goes wild back here. That's what I'm. But hold up. I'm about to do it.
Listen, you guys, we're gonna need 2 hairnets now.
Probably not the same.
Well, what are you gonna do?
Hold up.
Bob says we need 2 hairnets.
That's foul, Bob. But you're not wrong. Yeah. Dude, you're the best.
No offense.
Come on, Scataboo. You gotta let this man cook for
Hey,
you.
listen, you guys are jacked.
Bob,
You know?
there's
Look at that.
hamburger.
Hold on, get that. You gotta get that.
There's hamburger meat everywhere, Bob.
It's like he came out of the restroom with toilet paper on his shoe. Oh man. Best
My
tailgate
goodness.
segment of all
My
time.
goodness. All right. All right, we're pulling out from there, going up to the north a bit farther. We've got a geomagnetic storm that could be smashing into the northern half of the United States later on tonight. We're talking about a G3 on the scale, which would be visible for the northern part. You're talking about northern New England, right down through the upper Midwest, maybe into the Pacific Northwest. It all depends on what kind of cloud cover you see, right? But this is the forecast right now. We've got no things that are here, but forecasted through this evening as a G3. Well, what does that mean? It's purely how much power we're going to see getting thrown at you through the atmosphere. It's going to excite the electrons, and we're going to start seeing the aurora borealis, or the northern lights, if you call it that, could develop, and you could see them possibly around New England. So here's the forecast. This is always interesting to watch, right? So now you're looking at this forecast coming in. The trend is going to continue to go on up. That region right there between a 6 and a 7 is going to be peaking after midnight tonight. So that's the KP index. When you see that, the stronger the KP index, the higher the number, the farther south that you can see latitude-wise across the United States. So what are we calling for? And it's the viewing line we're talking for this particular event. So the KP index of 5, it's going to be more than that. So we're looking somewhere between this yellow line and the orange line when that thing develops later on. That's the KP index of about 7. So we're going to be somewhere in between, right? We're talking about a 6.5, which would be right about the Great Lakes line, possibly around Chicago through Detroit, and then stretching right through Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse, into the rest of New England. So that is going to be the area we could possibly see the northern lights overnight tonight. Best viewing, obviously, it's going to be after midnight tonight and away from the clouds. Cloud cover could be an issue, but if we had a KP index of 9 or that's exactly where you see it going down past St. Louis. We had that just about a year and a half ago. So what about the viewing? This is the latest forecast. You're going to take it through about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. We've got clouds that are going in and out from the northeast. I think most of the cloud cover is going to be zipping on out of here after sunset. It should be clear skies enough for you to see it around northern New England, and definitely you're going to have a good shot at seeing it right around the middle part of the Great Lakes. But then we've got the clouds that are moving in through Minneapolis. They're already there. Probably not a great viewing day from the upper Midwest back off to the west. But the northeast, northern New England, hey, if you guys see it, definitely take a picture, send it to us. Love to see it. And we got more forecasts coming up, especially with the change in seasons. We got severe weather out ahead of that. Springtime going on across Midwest. We'll see more weather, though, coming up right after the break.
Solari, and today we're talking about smelling the weather. Have you ever been outside before, during, or after a rain shower and thought to yourself, boy, it sure smells like rain out here? Well, that scent actually has a name. It's called petrichor. Petrichor was named by Australian scientists back in 1964. This scent happens when the rain disturbs the natural oils in plants, causing them to become airborne. A compound that makes up the petrichor smell is called geosmin. It's produced by the bacteria in the soil, and it's considered to be non-toxic. Now, a less common smell that can be around during a rainstorm is when lightning splits bonds between atoms, creating ozone particles. And ozone has a pretty sharp, clean smell. People often say it smells a little bit like chlorine. Well, no matter what the aroma of the rain, you can be certain that Fox Weather has the info you need to stay up to date whenever weather comes your way. Fox Weather, weathering it together.
Let me show you how to take your outdated, unsafe bathroom from this to this in as little as one day. Hey there, I'm Art Edmonds, Jacuzzi Bath Remodel expert here to answer your burning questions on how you can get the bathroom of your dreams. First up, why should I upgrade my bath or shower? That's a good one. You can't stand the outdated look, the color, the cracked tiles, and the mold. Or maybe you're upgrading for safety. Stepping over a tub can be dangerous. Jacuzzi Bath Remodel makes it simple to get a beautiful new bath or shower that's also safer thanks to easy entry design, perfectly placed grab bars, a custom seat, and adjustable shower head.
It's awesome.
Hey!
It massively exceeded the expectations.
Is Jacuzzi Bath Remodel affordable? Yes. We have styles and options to fit every budget. And right now is one of our best offers ever.
Get started today, and Jacuzzi Bath Remodel will waive installation costs with no interest and no payments for up to a year.
How long does getting a new bath or shower take? With other companies, it can take weeks or months. But with Jacuzzi Bath Remodel, installation takes place in as little as one day.
It's done in one day. Oh my God. It's beautiful work. Flawless.
How do I pick the style I want? A designer helps you select from a variety of beautiful shower walls, rich textures, designer colors, elegant accessories, and premium features like Jacuzzi's soft closed doors. Why is Jacuzzi the best company to choose? That's an easy one, with thousands of happy customers.
I could not be happier. Love it.
You can trust Jacuzzi to get the bathroom of your dreams.
It exceeded all my expectations.
When is the best time for a deal? Right now.
Call or go online now to jacuzzibathremodel.com for a limited time offer. We're waiving all installation costs, plus zero interest and zero payments for up to 1 year.
Go to jacuzzibathremodel.com or call 800-384-1857.
Go ahead, close it. With Gusto, payroll and compliance are already done. Those extra 2 days every month since you switched? Unlimited payroll runs with no extra charge? Being able to pay your team instantly or the same day? Your taxes filed automatically? Music to your ears. Make time for what matters. Choose a future with Gusto. Get started for free at gusto.com.
When your pet has unexpected ailments, Fetch covers that. Fetch provides the most complete pet insurance and pays you back up to 90% of pet bills. Vet visit for painful paws? Fetch covers that. Allergies? Fetch covers that. Limping, broken bones, vomiting, cancer, x-rays? Fetch covers all of that and so much more. Submitting claims is fast and easy. And you get paid back when you use your vet or any vet in the US or Canada. Fetch, the most complete pet insurance. Get your free quote at fetchpet.com.
All right, how you doing, everybody? Thanks for joining us this afternoon. I'm Bob Van Dillen. It's Thursday, November 6th. Let's take you inside America's Weather Center. I appreciate you being here because we've got a lot of weather to cover. This one is first. We're going to be on the verge of watching the second severe season come alive by tomorrow afternoon across the Mid-South. We've got that time frame for you, and we're talking about a major city, Nashville, all the way at the Bowling Green. Could get some big-time hailmakers by tomorrow afternoon. We will track out that timing. And fall is set to turn into an early blast of winter for millions of Americans. That's going to start later this weekend. Now, we've got lake effect snow. That's going to be a big blast moving through Sunday right through Tuesday. Temperatures are going to dip all the way down to the freezing mark as far south as possibly North Florida. Plus, the Fox Weather Tailgate's back. We've got the risk of weather impact for some of your major football matchups. We're talking college and pro. That's Chef Chris down there. He's sprinkling on a little bit of the truffles, some sauce, some spices. It's all good stuff. That's all in America's Weather Center. All All right, welcome back, everybody. Appreciate you being here. We're rolling into the secondary severe weather season. This is a look at Clarksville, Tennessee. Blue skies right now. And temperatures are on the mild side. Look at this, getting close to 70. 71 degrees right here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. A beautiful sky blue. Look at that. That is a gorgeous afternoon for you, shaping up around Middle Tennessee. Bowling Green, Kentucky. Again, a nice afternoon. Temperatures in the mid-60s. A little breezy, northeast 3 to 10 miles per hour at times. But that belies what's going to happen for you tomorrow, because we've got one storm that's peeling away. And if you look at this nice visible satellite imagery, you can see our center of low pressure. There was the big wind-making event for the Northeast overnight last night through this morning, blowing out across the ocean at this point, dragging that cold front right down across that region. So we've got high pressure that's building in nicely. It's right over Tennessee and Kentucky at this point. That's our high, but that is going to be on the move as well and exits stage right over the next 12 hours. As that happens, the humidity begins to build and the instability comes in, and a cold front comes driving down right in front of that. So we'll be watching this. Here's our batch of energy. It's now rolling out from the Pacific Northwest from yesterday into the northern Rockies, now exiting into the upper Midwest, and that's a cloud cover, a little bit of rainfall out there too. Relatively dry right now, but getting some sunshine from Chicago all the way down to St. Louis, into Cincinnati, right down to Detroit, and getting into Indianapolis too. So a nice day, but the cold front's coming in. What does it mean? It means a possibility of some thunderstorms later on this evening. Show you that in a second, but here's our energy when you dive right down into it. That's a shot. That's the water vapor imagery. Shows you the spin in the atmosphere, shows you where all the vorticity is located, and there it is, mostly across the northern Rockies. So let me time this out for you for the afternoon. Rain stretching right out of the Dakotas, Minnesota, into Wisconsin, and it drags down through Iowa too. And then by midnight tonight, it's still shy of Chicago, but now starting to come on in. But you can see the windy city about to get it overnight and getting in through tomorrow morning. That's 6 o'clock in the morning. This is your morning commute time for you. Central Michigan through Saginaw into Detroit. That could be a rough go for you tomorrow morning. A steady stream of heavy rain as it blows through ahead of that cold front. Then a cold front picks up its legs, moves right across the Ohio State region into western parts of PA, and just knocking on the door of Buffalo by tomorrow at noon. So that's the leading edge of that cold front. By the way, that storm goes right through the Northeast on Friday night and early Saturday morning. But then on Saturday morning, let's pick it up. Here's our cold front driving down to the south. Now, ahead of the cold front, winds starting to get out of the south and west. That is going to allow the humidity to start to drive up there a little bit. The instability will get here as well. Right now, we've got that level 2 out of 5 on the bad scale for severe thunderstorms, but it does include Bowling Green, Nashville, right down through Columbia, up the gut to just shy of Louisville and Lexington. But you're still going to get some storms out of this for most of Kentucky. All right, let's get the timing on this. Here's the way it looks. We've got that cold front parking up there, upper Midwest, driving through the mid-Mississippi Valley. That will be on Friday afternoon. Friday later in the day, though, watch the humidity begin to climb up. We've got the Cape. That's the energy building out ahead of the cold frontal boundary. Everything coming together. Remember, this is a season changer from spring all the way out to winter. Things are going to start coming around a little bit for you tomorrow afternoon with a left exit of the jet stream. Watching for some hailmakers by tomorrow. So that's what it looks like around Nashville. Could get some major league hailstones dropping. We'll see how real robust these updrafts become by late in the day. The stronger the supercells, the more power they're going to have and the more lift they're going to get for those hailstones to form. But we'll see where it goes from there. At this point, it's just a 2 out of 5 on the scale. And then getting in on Saturday, that whole line is going to race right down through the deep south. You're talking Alabama, Georgia, into the Carolinas, basically falling apart before it gets in towards Florida. But severe thunderstorms are going to be a possibility out there on Saturday afternoon. That's the timing on this. So let me show you the entire scale. Tomorrow morning, you wake up, a thin line of showers right by that cold front, northern Arkansas, Missouri, into Illinois. Daytime heating, we're going to get some of that. Makes things even a little more unstable. Severe weather, that's the possibility of getting those supercells near Tuscaloosa. Some supercells also a possibility across Middle Tennessee, right through Kentucky into West Virginia. This right here is mid-afternoon. It's 3 o'clock. Then you wind it up to about 9 o'clock. The storms will hold together as one line and drop down towards Chattanooga, close to Rome, Georgia, too. Maybe getting in towards Atlanta overnight through Saturday morning before it refires, reloads, and we get a chance of severe weather again on Saturday afternoon. That's the way it looks right here, but it doesn't look as robust on Saturday. But the cold air, boy, is that slamming down big time. We'll show you that forecast coming up. That will be on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday of next week. So let's look right here at Nashville. 3 o'clock on Friday afternoon. It's tomorrow afternoon about this time. The scattered pockets of rain are developing right here. The stronger thunderstorms are a possibility again late in the afternoon. By about 7 o'clock in the evening, now things are starting to dry out, but they're pushing over towards the east. And it's going to affect you right down I-24, and it's going to get close towards Chattanooga by later on in the evening. So this is the area that we're watching of concern for tomorrow afternoon. And then I think things begin to dry out and cool down for you big time by Sunday. All right, what about the Northeast? Video right here capturing strong winds that roared across central PA last night. You see power light go out. We had the power go out in some of these regions because of the thunderstorm complexes that roared through. Had some damaging wind reports too. Yeah, that's the power outage. Hate to see that at State College, Pennsylvania. But yep, that was right ahead of the cold front. We have had a series of quick-hitting storms, right? The last couple of days, if you've been tracking it out with me, this is the second Clipper-type storm system that breezed through the Northeast and now is developing a little stronger right across the northern Atlantic, just offshore from Canada. What's left up with it, though? We've got some massive dry air sitting over the region, so any kind of lake effect chances you wanted for rain or snow, it's rapidly coming apart right now because the air is just too dry to support anything to develop. But look at that storm as it pinwheels out, and it continues to deepen at this hour. Winds rotating around this thing nicely, getting whipped around through Boston area, through Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, all the way down through NYC, where it's still on the breezy side. Let's look at some of the numbers. Here we go. Bangor, Maine, currently 24-mile-per-hour sustained winds, gusting up to 40. Look at Mount Washington. Love it. That's the highest elevated mountain right there, gusting to 84 miles per hour still. Albany, New York. Now you're looking at the Capital District right here. 31-mile-per-hour wind gusts, which is below the advisory criteria, but still it's brisk. And you can see Syracuse, 25-mile-per-hour gusts. Hartford, 24. Chatham, talking out there by the Cape, 25-mile-per-hour gusts. What's it do to your temperatures? Obviously, your temperatures are dropping down to the 40s. You introduce winds that are over 30 miles per hour, and boom, there you are. 37-degree wind chill right there in Rutland, Vermont. 39 in Albany. That's what it feels like on your skin. Feels like 39 in Portland. Going up to Mount Washington, it feels currently like minus 14. How about Bangor? Feels like freezing. Scranton feels like about 40. Hartford, right about the same, 50 over 50 because the winds are on the lighter side. But let's get through that forecast for Boston. With the winds coming in, sunset tonight right around 4:30. So once the sun goes down, the pressure gradient begins to slacken just a bit. You're going to watch this area of wind begin to fall apart by about 5 o'clock, and then we just kind of flatline. We don't go totally to zero calm winds, so it's not going to radiate cool the biggest, but it's going to be a cooler night tonight than what you had last night. And then the winds begin to ramp up again tomorrow. Notice the direction. That's ahead of that cold front. Back to about 23-mile-per-hour gusts with that warmer, relatively warmer wind moving through with our next round of rain coming in for late Friday into early Saturday. What about some of the winds? They cranked out. 109-mile-per-hour wind gusts in Mount Washington in New Hampshire. Stony Brook out there Long Island. 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts as that thing whipped through. That is big. Look at Reading, Pennsylvania. Now you're talking about getting in towards central PA, right around near Lancaster County, northeast of there. 64-mile-per-hour winds. Block Island Jetty in Rhode Island. 60-mile-per-hour winds in Nantucket, clocking in at 59-mile-per-hour gusts. We had severe thunderstorm warnings, too. If you were paying attention last night, we had a nice line go over towards the Pennsylvania mountains, the Poconos, and then it began to fall apart across northern Jersey. But we did have some wind damage reports. Ransom, Pennsylvania, we had some trees down. Waverly, we had a transformer on fire. And you could also see right around Pawpack, you had winds right there that were driving wires down on Maple Drive. So, yeah, we did have some storm reports in northern PA and right around southern PA, too, right by Maryland, at state line. That is the Mason-Dixon. Here's the way it looks for the next few. Our next storm comes in. Warm front lifts on up by tomorrow afternoon. Gets shy of New York City. This is for your evening commute tomorrow. If you're trying to catch a flight tomorrow, if you're trying to get away for the weekend, New York, Boston, Bangor, Philadelphia, D.C., you're all going to get affected with the weather, especially the latter part of the afternoon through the evening hours as a cold front slices by. That's not going to be a good thing at the airports by any stretch. And then our next cold season maker begins to develop around Chicago. That's going to be Saturday night through Sunday. So how much rain are we looking at? Not that much. We definitely need more because we still have the drought, but this is something we're watching. All right, that storm meant business when it went through. It's been a windy morning for the Northeast, and the powerful systems, they just keep on bringing in a chillier air. Wind gusts over 50 miles per hour recorded all over the region last night. Thousands lost power as those gusts wreaked havoc in Pennsylvania, especially there. Fox Weather's Katie Byrne has been in Chatham, Massachusetts all morning long. And here's what she said.
After a blustery and wet night in New England, winds are starting to ease up. Here on the Cape, gusts reached the 50-mile-per-hour range.
We've been weird the last couple of weeks. We've had a couple of them in a row, and we've had a lot of wind this fall period. We haven't had a lot of rain except for the last couple of weeks. I mean, in the summer, we went most of the summer. A lot of the towns weren't allowed to use any irrigation or anything like that because of the lack of water.
The weather is a reminder that winter is on the way. At the Chatham Fishing Pier, you could see flags snapping in the wind and trees and dune grass swaying with the gusts. We met John Humphreys as he was making deliveries around town. He says the wind was strong enough to rock his truck.
Very windy. Driving that truck is a lot of fun in the wind, and it blows you all over the place. Every once in a while when you get a gust, it's like it'll actually knock you to the side one way or the other. And yeah, then you get a little white-knuckled and you're grabbing the steering wheel a little tighter.
And it wasn't just here on the Cape. The storm slammed parts of the Northeast, too. The winds toppled trees and caused power outages in Pennsylvania, where more than 50,000 customers lost power at the peak of the storm. Thankfully, fire officials say no one was hurt inside this RV camper that got crushed by a tree. The wind is now ushering in colder air, and tonight could be the coldest night of the season for many spots in New England, including Chatham. In Chatham, Massachusetts, Katie Byrne, Fox Weather.
All right, Katie, thank you very much. Beautiful weather out there. And hey, Fox Weather proudly salutes our nation's veterans and the organizations that serve them. We believe that our veterans deserve to live with dignity and independence and not on the streets. That is why we are making camo our cause in support of the Honor U.S. Vets campaign. You can join us by making a donation and wearing camo this Veterans Day. Post your camo on the social media, and we will have that hashtag Honor U.S. Vets, and we'll find it that way. To donate and get some more information on how you can help U.S. Vets prevent and end veteran homelessness, visit go.fox/USVets. That's go.fox/USVets. Thank you very much, or scan that QR code. Coming up, it's Taste of Winter. Randy Campbell was there yesterday, this exact same spot. It didn't look like this. This is back in January, but it may look like that again Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Wait till you see these temperatures, everybody. That's what's coming up after the block.
Weather is part of the American story. Under stormy skies, down snowbanks, even at Little League. From the first heat wave to the first frost, Fox Weather is there for you when the storm breaks.
Just wreaking havoc here.
And after it passes,
there is a lot of work to get done, but there's hope to move forward.
We're with you every step of the way.
I'm gonna go see if I can help this lady out.
For all seasons, for all America, Fox Weather.
This message is for everyone on Medicare. Right now is the Medicare annual enrollment period, and some people may be worried if their Medicare benefits will be impacted by changes coming in 2026. So we are encouraging everyone on Medicare to call and check up on their Medicare plan and benefits. The call and Medicare checkup are free. Did you know that Medicare plans change every year, and some plans may even be discontinued next year? Call the number on your screen now for your free Medicare coverage checkup. We will check to see if there are any changes to your plan in the coming year, or see if there is a Medicare Advantage plan now available in your area with additional benefits or potential cost savings. Don't wait. Call to speak with a licensed insurance agent before the annual enrollment period deadline, December 7th. You can call now even if you called before. The call and 2026 Medicare coverage checkup are free. So call now for your free, no obligation Medicare benefits review.
Just call 800-891-9705. 800-891-9705.
This message is for everyone on Medicare. Right now is the Medicare annual enrollment period, and some people may be worried if their Medicare benefits will be impacted by changes coming in 2026. So we are encouraging everyone on Medicare to call and check up on their Medicare plan and benefits. The call and Medicare checkup are free. Did you know that Medicare plans change every year, and some plans may even be discontinued next year? Call the number on your screen now for your free Medicare coverage checkup. We will check to see if there are any changes to your plan in the coming year, or or see if there is a Medicare Advantage plan now available in your area with additional benefits or potential cost savings. Don't wait. Call to speak with a licensed insurance agent before the annual enrollment period deadline, December 7th. You can call now even if you called before. The call and 2026 Medicare coverage checkup are free. So call now for your free, no obligation Medicare benefits review.
Just call 800-891-9705. 800-891-9705.
Is your shower trying to tell you something? Is getting in and out of the bathtub becoming a safety concern? Are you worried about the cost of a bathroom remodel that could go on for weeks and weeks? Well, now you can have a gorgeous new bath or shower with a one-day jacuzzi bath remodel that's safer at a price you can afford. We're waiving all installation costs and postponing all payments for up to 1 year.
Oh my gosh, it is beautiful. Oh.
From soft close shower doors and adjustable shower heads to features like grab bars and custom seats that combine safety and style, it's never been easier. Get your free design consultation, schedule your one-day installation, and start loving your new bath or shower right away.
Call or go online right now. We are waiving all installation costs and offering no interest and no payments for up to 1 year. Go to jacuzzibathremodel.com or call 800-384-4402. Call now.
All right, it's Thursday afternoon, so let's head down to the Fox Weather tailgate at Fox Square. There's a bunch of games going on with the lineup this time. We've got not just college, but we've got the NFL. We've got you covered with all the latest forecasts. Fox Weather meteorologist Nick Koster is live outside on Fox Square. Chilling, my friend. It's good to see you one more time, Nick, and it is on the chillier side compared to where it was just a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. Well, no shirts, no tank tops will be ripped during this segment.
Thank
so
goodness.
You should be... Yeah, you should be good on that end. I've got Sean, unless, I don't know, were you planning on ripping your shirt?
Not until the CFP.
Okay.
You know, once, I might do a
Gotcha.
Tennessee where they came out warm up shirtless.
All
but
right.
no, it's still early November.
Fair enough. This is Sean Anderson from Outkick. You know him. He's been with us for the last umpteenth tailgates. Let's talk about this game over in Europe. Berlin, Germany is finally getting a good NFL product. We've sent the Jets and the Browns to Europe, and it's been the Jets and the Browns. We finally have the Falcons, who are your team.
Yep.
No shade to the Falcons, but the Colts are a solid squad, man. 7-2, they're rolling.
Yeah, you could shade the Falcons here. Indy's really good. They're solid. Daniel Jones proving me wrong. Daniel Jones proving the nation wrong.
No doubt.
With his performance so far this season. Also, I don't like the vibes here for Atlanta in Berlin. I didn't have a good time in Berlin. Couldn't get in any of the clubs.
Oh, man.
Waiting 90 minutes to get in. That
What?
was a bummer. But, it's going to be a rough one for the Falcons.
Did you tell the bouncers you knew Bob Van Dellen?
I
You
did
should have
not.
done that. Should have done that. You would have gotten right in. Weather here is perfect. Perfect football weather. A little chilly, so if you're going to be overseas watching the game, make sure you have a nice coat. Temps in the 40s, cloudy, wind is fine. It is a clean green Rowie. Now, Sean, when I showed you the graphic for this game, the Browns and the Jets, before we got on TV right here, right now, you said what?
I don't know who's watching this. I don't know exactly who would talk about this game, let alone sit down for 3 hours and watch the product on the field. The Browns are rough. The Browns are in a really bad spot right now at the quarterback position. Myles Garrett's having issues with the team, and then the Jets just sold out on the season, getting rid of Quinnen Williams, getting rid of Sauce Gardner. We're gonna be seeing some real amateur levels of football in the professional league here.
Well, listen, the reason we're talking about this game is because the Rowie. We are Fox Weather, so this is on our radar, pun intended, because there's going to be rain. So the Rowie is medium, especially from 2 p.m. on. So the second, third, and fourth quarter. If the first quarter isn't sloppy enough for you based just on lack of talent alone, just wait till the rain starts falling.
Yeah, looking like an under game, and it's looking like a lot of running backs working in this one.
Yeah, that's good. Bet the under on that game. That's a pretty solid bet, I would imagine. All right, let's go from that game to this game. This is Saturday's college football game. The Ducks taking on the Hawkeyes. This is happening in Iowa City. This is 3:30, so kind of the mid-afternoon game. The rain impact is through the roof. It's going to be a 10. There's a cold front coming through, so not only is it going to bring rain, it's also going to stir up the wind a little bit. Temps will be down. That's a max Rowie of 7. So this is a high Rowie all game long. Cold rain too. Temps in the mid to low 40s. The wind is going to be up there and it's going to be blowing around. So a 10-mile-per-hour wind is enough to impact not just long field goals, but maybe a long throw or two.
For sure. Oregon coming into this one with some disrespect off of their latest CFP ranking, and then going into Iowa, traditional Big Ten country, traditional Big Ten game. They're going to want to really assert themselves, Oregon does, as a Big Ten team in this one.
So they're both ranked. The Ducks are top 10, Hawkeyes top 20. Yeah, it should be interesting. And then the last game I want to bring up here is the Cougars taking on the Texas Tech Red Raiders. These are some two heavyweight teams. Number 7 taking on number 8. Looks like the wind is going to be the biggest impact with this game Saturday at noon. But the Rowie's still at a 3.1, so that's kind of that's a medium, but a low medium, so to speak. Otherwise, sunny and temps in the 70s. What do you think about just the sheer game aspect of this?
I love this game. I love both of these programs. BYU and Texas Tech have both shown the blueprint of how you invest in your football programs in the new NIL era. They've been pumping money in. They've been getting good transfer players. Texas Tech has just been, it's not only their football, their softball programs have been doing well. Basketball has been doing well. This is how you enter the modern era of college sports. So between BYU and Texas Tech, we're going to have a classic. It's going to be a fantastic game on the field this Saturday.
I only know this because I'm on TikTok more than I should be, but the BYU Cougar, the mascot, Cosmo, he's got a pretty good TikTok account. Cosmo the Cougar. Yeah. Follow. He does some good dance stuff. So a little tip for you. And by the way, Bob, you mentioned it was brisk out here. Real quick, Christmas lights are going up around the city. Look at that. We've got some lights up across the street. The Radio City Christmas tree's up. 'Tis the season. It's starting to look a lot like Christmas out here.
Yeah,
I feel like it too.
My first winter up here, I didn't see the big tree. Maybe I'll see it this year.
It's coming.
I was kind of supposed to see it. It feels like something that you do.
Yeah, it's coming.
Maybe I'll do it this year.
Yeah. It's just right over there. I'll take it. Bob, you want to come?
Yeah, we've got our own Christmas tree going up too, right there at Fox Square. That's in a couple weeks. We got that lighting going on.
That's what I was talking about. Just right back over there.
Not the one that's catty corner, the one by Radio City. We're not talking about that. No. Of course.
Yeah. Forget that tree. That tree stinks. Ours is the best.
Are you guys going to the Jets-Browns game this weekend? What do you think? No?
I'm going to be horizontal during the Jets-Browns game. If it's rated up here for that game, you will find me at 180 degrees for 3 hours.
Yeah. Smart.
Understood. Understood.
Smart.
Sean. Yeah, I'm testing out mouse traps, by the way, so I'm not going to go to that game.
You'd rather be testing mousetraps than watch. You probably are in the. That should be our megaphone question.
What would you rather do?
What would you rather do? Yeah. What would you rather subject yourself to than watch that game?
I'm thinking, what else can we do? It's like, root canal without anesthesia. I mean, I'd rather do that at this point.
Clean toilet bowls.
I'm having a little tooth pain on my L4 here. Maybe I'll work that out on Sunday.
Just yank it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, good stuff. All right, fellas, good. I love watching the forecast. All right, let's get to this. You're talking about being chilly. We got some colder air that's really going to start rocketing down over the next several days. And we talk about cold. We're talking about something you haven't seen yet this season so far. So that's a look right there at Saranac Lake. There was snow coming down just a couple hours ago. You can see it nicely on that tower cam. Temperature's 32 degrees. Doesn't feel like that with the breezy conditions, but here's what's going on over the next couple of days. I'm going to show you the water vapor imagery because there are several players that are going on right now. We're going to watch this one right there. That's our first shot, and that's going to combine forces with this low-pressure region that's just been camped out across Hudson's Bay over the last couple of days, and that's going to draw more energy in from the Gulf of Alaska. Everything is going to help to sharpen this trough that's going to develop across the Great Lakes and then drive right down to the south like it's a spring breaker on vacation by Tuesday into next Wednesday as well. So here's what it looks like. It's going to start out there on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Peaks out there. Look at the big old horseshoe of Arctic air in play. It's the coldest air of the season. It's going to go right over the warmer waters of the Great Lakes, too. So lake effect snow is going to be in the forecast, too. Temperatures crash out. That's the best way you can put it. And you can see where the colors right there, purple, that's 30 degrees below the average. You start getting around that ring right there. Now you're talking 20 to 30 degrees below the average. And that's for half of the nation, at least land-wise. Population-wise, even more. So you can see what we're going for this week. Temperatures have been relatively mild in the mornings. You wake up Columbus, look at this next week, 28, 25 degrees will be your temperature. So who has seen the freezing mark so far? And you can see it's pretty much delineated right around the Ohio Valley, a couple of spots right there in Alabama, Arkansas, Texas as well, and you have them across North Carolina mountains. That's nothing. We're going to see this cold air continue to spill down, and by Monday morning, your temperature should be around freezing for you around Boston, 32 degrees. Last time we saw a temperature like that was April 9th. You can see NYC getting into the mid-30s. April 12th was the last time we got that cold. Look at Richmond, Virginia. 31 degrees when you wake up on Monday morning. The last time we saw that was this past April. So, yeah, we haven't seen this since springtime. So here's what it looks like also. We have that colder air over the warmer waters. Lake effect snow. We've got temperatures of these Great Lakes are relatively warm, 50s, 50, now almost 60 degrees for Lake Erie, introducing temperatures in the 20s. That's your lake effect snow component, too. All right, coming up, we've got more looks at what's going on across the Northeast. And don't forget, we're getting into a meteorological winter, December 1st, December 3rd. Bane Froney and I will both be traveling out to the ski house at Deer Valley Resort. Can't wait to do that. Those are always fun. The ski house, Fox Weather. We love doing that stuff. Got a bunch of this. All right, how about this severe weather component? We've got the cold front, the leading edge of that Arctic air is going to be blazing a trail through the mid-south. And when that happens, it sets the stage for severe thunderstorms. We'll time those out for you coming up. It's tailgating down there as well, so we're going to play out with some music that you would hear whilst tailgating. Be right back, everybody.
Hello, Mrs. Harris. Has anything changed? Address, insurance?
Actually, yes. I have a new Medicare Advantage plan. Every year, I call for a Medicare benefits checkup to see what changes have been made to my plan for the coming year.
Really? I've had the same Medicare Advantage plan for years.
You've got to call. Every year during the Medicare annual enrollment period, plans change and new plans come out. You could be missing out on a plan with additional benefits you want.
You know, you're right. Maybe I should call for a checkup of my own.
The Medicare annual enrollment period is right now. Call the number on your screen and give them your zip code. They can help compare Medicare Advantage plans available in your area. Medicare Advantage plans may be available with low or $0 monthly premiums, but you don't know unless you call. Don't miss out on a plan with important benefits that you need. Even if you called last year, you should call today. Each year, you could be eligible for plans with additional benefits available in your area that may better fit your healthcare needs. Call to explore Medicare Advantage plans from Humana, United Healthcare, Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield, Aetna, HealthSpring, WellCare, or Kaiser Permanente. Medicare Advantage plans may be available in your area that include dental, vision, hearing, prescription drug coverage, but you don't know unless you call. So call the number on your screen and give them your zip code. They can help compare Medicare Advantage plans available in your area and find the one that's best for you. You can find a plan with the benefits and savings you're looking for. The Medicare annual enrollment period is right now.
Call for your free, no obligation 2026 Medicare benefit checkup today.
Call 800-217-0320. 800-217-0320. 800-217-0320. Call now.
Hey there, I'm Art Edmonds, jacuzzi bath remodel expert here to answer your questions. Why should I upgrade my bath or shower? You can't stand the outdated look, the color, the cracked tiles, or maybe you're upgrading for safety. We offer an easy entry design, grab bars, a custom seat, and adjustable shower head.
Call right now and Jacuzzi will waive installation costs with no interest and no payments for up to a year.
How long does getting a new bath or shower take? With Jacuzzi Bath Remodel, installation takes place in as little as 1 day.
Beautiful work. Flawless.
Why is Jacuzzi the best company to choose with thousands of happy customers?
Amazing.
You can trust Jacuzzi to get the bathroom of your dreams.
It exceeded all my expectations.
Call or go online now to jacuzzibathremodel.com. For a limited time offer, we're waiving all installation costs, plus 0 interest and 0 payments for up to 1 year.
Go to jacuzzibathremodel.com or call 800-207-4703.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We got a severe weather season ready to kick in one more time. It's the second one. This time of year, we usually see the winds kick up and come out of the south, and then you get the nice storms that move in from the northwest, and they combine, and you get the change of seasons, the clashes of air masses, and boom, the big severe weather starts to happen up. So here's what we're watching right now. I want to show you the setup because we've got one storm that's exiting away, and I've been fooling around with this brand new satellite imagery that we have. By the way, it's exclusive. This is what it looks like, the actual snapshot of the Earth. So you can see not just the storms peeling out of here, but also the ground and what it looks like right there. So here is our storm that's moving away. That was the big clipper that went through the northeast states yesterday. A lot of wind. We had winds of over 100 miles per hour in Mount Washington, New Hampshire last night. 109 mile per hour wind gusts right there. There goes our storm. But I was looking at this before because we're going to see this area over towards the mid-south and the deep south going to get some severe weather later on. But if you look at the framing going on, look at the colors of the land. All right, so when it shows up there nicely, this right there, that's all the brown shaded areas, still green where the leaves are on the trees when you get below the mountain ranges. That's just pretty cool to see, right? So that's the actual fall foliage you can see from space with that visible satellite imagery. That is wicked cool. All right, show you what's happening though. This is the actual infrared with the radar picture on top of it. A couple players coming together to get the storms rolling for us tomorrow. Here is the actual energy as it peels out of the Rocky Mountains into the upper Midwest. Put that water vapor on there later on. You can see where all the engines are moving in from west to east, still with that zonal flow. But now you're getting the clouds coming in through Chicago. It looks like right through Wisconsin, Green Bay also. And there's our water vapor imagery, and it is spinning up pretty well. Here it is. You can see I'll put the X marks the spot for where our vorticity is located. Whole thing, the whole schmear headed over towards the east pretty quickly at this point. But give it some time. We're going to get some thunderstorms popping later on this evening in the overnight hours. So I'm going to pause this about midnight tonight. Yeah, we got a steady streak of rain right through Wisconsin. Now, some of that could be a little active. I'm not calling for severe thunderstorms, but you might hear a crack of thunder overnight tonight as it roars through Green Bay and northern parts of, looks like, Michigan, and then ultimately through Ontario. That rain stripe goes right down through Indiana as well. And then ultimately, by tomorrow morning for your morning commute into the afternoon, you're watching that rain peel out of Cleveland and into Buffalo. Look at Watertown, too. You're getting some heavy spots of rain. Down to the south, there's our cold front, jacking right down through the middle part of the country. You're talking about the mid-Mississippi Valley, ultimately getting into Alabama. Severe thunderstorms, it's still level 2 out of 5 on a scale. That's the red shaded region. That's Nashville, down through Lawrenceburg, up through Bowling Green, Kentucky, getting into Magnolia also. So rough weather. The main threat should basically be large hailstones. But here is our low pressure center. It's sitting right over the Great Lakes. Cold air behind it, warmer air out ahead of it. And you know what happens? You get that wind shift. That's a cold front, and it's going to kick things up in the atmosphere. Before this happens, we're going to get a little daytime heating, so it will get unstable. The instability, not tremendous. It's more of a shear event and low instability, but either way, you're going to get some supercells as a possibility, with the dew point temperatures climbing up into the mid to upper 50s to close to the low 60s, as far north as the mid part of Tennessee, middle Tennessee, right through lower Kentucky. All right, what about the hail makers? That's probably going to be the biggest threat for you tomorrow. That's Nashville up through middle parts of Kentucky. Then on Saturday, we'll do it again, probably not as strong. It begins to loosen up its grip as most of the forcing, most of the energy is going to ride north of this region, but still daytime heating. The heat's going to be there, a little bit of humidity. Watch that come into play. It could feed some of these thunderstorms for that day. That's Saturday. All right, pause right here. Tomorrow, midday, mid-afternoon, you can see the showers and thunderstorms arriving, and then overnight through Friday, it's 9 o'clock. Racing through Chattanooga, driving down into middle parts of Georgia, also stretching out through the Carolinas. Daytime heating, we'll see it again on Saturday, but again, not as robust, right? You can see it on the model. Even the model is kind of nonplussed about Saturday, but it's something to watch. Here's your Nashville forecast. You can see the timing. Tomorrow afternoon, there's the storms rolling through by 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the evening, and then everything begins to slide on out of here by the overnight hours. So that's Nashville. Be prepared. Tomorrow afternoon, through the first part of the evening, powerful thunderstorms are a possibility. All right, we're also watching this series of quick-hitting storms roll through the Northeast. We had one powerful shot move by yesterday. Even had severe thunderstorm warnings yesterday evening in northern Pennsylvania and also right around the Mason-Dixon line. We had the severe thunderstorms roaring through with the possibility of 60-mile-per-hour winds, what we had, and that's what actually happened. Look at Narragansett, Rhode Island. There you go. Beautiful pictures. Waterford, Connecticut. It's amazing the sun is about to set there in less than 2 hours, right? This time of year is not that easy, is it, when you live up across New England? But here's what's going on. It's making it a little bit easier. Dry air sitting over the New York State metro area, also going down through New York. So all that lake effect stuff falling apart as it moves in just because the air is too dry. There's our storm complex, and you can see what's happening. This right there is the cold front. And look at that. We've got the colder air going over the relatively warmer waters. And when you see that, you start seeing the altocumulus clouds develop. So that is a clear sign of cold air advection. Just the way the clouds are shaped from the atmosphere, and you're looking straight down at it from the satellite. Pretty cool. And then ahead of it, these clouds, by the way, all convective in nature. Rising air right there with some thunderstorm action. And it's just cool to see. All right. What about the winds? We're still watching this. Bangor gusting to 40-mile-per-hour winds. No advisories anymore for wind, but we had them last night through early this morning. Heck, the Mohawk Valley had high wind warnings at this time yesterday, remember? Albany right now, still the capital district, gusting to 31. Syracuse gusting to 25. Scranton's about 26. But again, you love looking at Mount Washington. Your winds right now gusting to 84 miles per hour right there at the mountain top. So what does it do to your temperatures? Drops it down. Feels like minus 14 right now, Mount Washington. Good grief. Look at Watertown. Feels like 36. Syracuse feels like 36, Albany 39. These are all your wind chills. And when the winds have slackened off a bit, your temperatures don't really go down too much. You're talking about 50 in Chatham. Boston feels like 52. Scranton, though, right there getting to the hills, feels like 40 degrees. Boston forecast, once that sun sets later on, about 2 hours from now, you're going to see the winds drop off significantly. You're still gusting 26 to 21. And then they go not slack overnight, but you still have 5 to 6 mile per hour winds. But then they pick up again by tomorrow afternoon because we have our new round of action moving in from the Great Lakes. Cold front and a warm front combining, and getting that nice little pressure gradient with the high pressure it's already overhead. In other words, we're going to see it reload and get more rain in the future for New England by tomorrow afternoon. All right, let's just wrap up yesterday. Stony Brook, New York, 70-mile-per-hour wind. Pretty good. Reading, Pennsylvania, 61. Solomons, Maryland, 64-mile-per-hour gust. And Nantucket, it's amazing. Nantucket, not quite as strong of a wind as they were inland around Stony Brook, but still 59-mile-per-hour gust out there in Nantucket. Severe thunderstorms. We had the warnings out there yesterday evening right after sunset, and you can see what it did. Little wind damage right here outside of Scranton. So when you got up towards the Poconos, too, you did have some wind damage, and it came down with some trees. Had some power outages early this morning, too. And let me wind it up. That's our last storm going away. This is tomorrow morning early. Let me get the blue one so you can see the high pressure. That right there is our high pressure. That's where it's going to be when you start out the day. That thing really makes a beeline to the east, pulls out of there. Here comes a warm front. By 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, now you're starting to see the clouds already overspread into Pennsylvania, New York, right down through West Virginia, with the actual bona fide rain pulling out of Michigan into Ontario right around that cold front. And then wind us up right through tomorrow afternoon. It's just 6 o'clock in the afternoon, Friday commute. Doesn't look so good, right? In fact, that is craptacular. If you're trying to fly into New York tomorrow, Boston, Philadelphia, the BWI, Reagan National, you're going to see the wind, you're going to see the low-level visibility issues, plus you've got the government shutdown where they're already shaving flights back. Tomorrow's going to be a nightmare trying to travel the latter part of the day. Hopefully you have an early flight to get you out of there, but you can see the rain as it peels in Friday into Saturday morning. Saturday looks pretty good. If you have a wedding going on that there across talking about the leaf peepers on Saturday, it looks all right for the Northeast. But here comes our next batch as that rain slides in through Chicago. Look at that. Looks like it's trying to switch it over to snow too, right? That's Saturday evening, but that is the leading edge of the coldest air of the season so far as it drops down. Let's take you through. How much rain are we talking about? Remember, these are quick-moving storms. It's not going to have a lot of time to drop a lot of rain. So where you see the higher elevations, talking about the Alleghenies, you could see about maybe a half inch to an inch or so, but the rest of the region, less than a half inch of rain as these things continue to slide out. So that's the way it looks right there. All right, listen, we got the tailgate popping down below us. We got Nick out there. We've got the Rowie, the risk of weather impact. If you want to see what your game is going to be like weather-wise, we've got it down to the quarter. And you got it down to the wind, the rain, the temperatures, too. Beautiful pictures. There's Tuscaloosa as your roll tide shot. Good stuff. All right, listen, play us out. We got tailgate music, everybody. Thanks for sticking around on a Thursday. We'll be right back.
That's what we do. Come on. can understand we be Waikiki, shipping DP to the TV look greedy.
I'm Kiana Lewis, and today we're talking seasonal affective disorder. Now, this isn't just the winter blues. Seasonal affective disorder, also known as SAD, can commonly impact folks in many different ways, especially during certain parts of the year and seasons, typically the fall and the winter. One of the key characteristics of SAD is that persistent feeling of sadness or depression, or even just low energy and low moods. And overall, even your well-being could be low. There are many symptoms of SAD that you should be aware of. Sleep disturbances is one of those common symptoms that you may experience. Craving carbs too, that's another telltale sign of SAD. One of those symptoms may also be feeling a constant state of sadness or a general sense of hopelessness. Social withdrawal is also one of the symptoms associated with SAD as well. Now you're probably asking yourself, what causes SAD? While the exact cause is not fully understood, researchers believe that reduced sunlight exposure plays a crucial role in changes in serotonin levels, which affects mood. Even disruptions to the body's internal clock can cause the condition. Now, fortunately, there are various treatment options for those with SAD. For one, light therapy, which involves exposure to artificial light, can help compensate for the reduced sunlight. If you or someone you know may be experiencing seasonal affective disorder, it's essential to seek professional help. Remember, with the proper guidance, treatment, and doctors, you can find relief and regain full joy in life. Fox Weather, weathering it together.
It's the Medicare annual enrollment period, and now's the time for everyone on Medicare to call and check up on their Medicare plan and benefits. With everyone on Medicare being instructed to call, let's drop in on one family you may remember and see what they're up to.
I'm not calling, you call.
I'm not calling, you call.
Let's get Mikey.
He doesn't like talking with anyone.
Mikey just enrolled in a 2026 plan with additional benefits that were not previously available to him. He's getting additional benefits and may save some money too.
Look, he likes it.
Now's the time for everyone on Medicare to call. You don't get additional benefits automatically. Call now for your free 2026 Medicare coverage checkup. We can see if there are any changes to your plan in the coming year, or if there is a plan available in your area with additional benefits or potential cost savings. Did you know Medicare Advantage plans can change each and every year? Call now and a licensed insurance agent can look up your plan and see if there are any changes to your current plan in the coming year. The call and Medicare checkup are free.
So everyone on Medicare should call.
Yes, the Medicare annual enrollment period is a great time for everyone on Medicare to call for their free 2026 Medicare coverage review and checkup. Don't wait. Different plans are available in different parts of the country. Now's the time for everyone on Medicare to call for their free 2026 Medicare benefits review and checkup.
So we should call now too.
Yes, we can look up your plan and let you know if there are any changes for the upcoming year, or see if there is a Medicare Advantage plan now available in your area with additional benefits or potential cost savings. Call now before the deadline. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th. If you're on Medicare, now's the time to call. The call and Medicare coverage checkup are free with no obligation.
Just call 800-488-1542. 800-488-1542.
Is your shower trying to tell you something? Is getting in and out of the bathtub becoming a safety concern? Are you worried about the cost of a bathroom remodel that could go on for weeks and weeks? Well, now you can have a gorgeous new bath or shower with a one-day jacuzzi bath remodel that's safer at a price you can afford. We're waiving all installation costs and postponing all payments for up to 1 year.
Oh my gosh, it is beautiful. Oh.
From soft closed shower doors and adjustable shower heads to features like grab bars and custom seats that combine safety and style, it's never been easier. Get your free design consultation, schedule your one-day installation, and start loving your new bath or shower right away.
Call or go online right now. We are waiving all installation costs and offering no interest and no payments for up to 1 year. Go to jacuzzibathremodel.com or call 800-384-4402. Call now.
Oh, yeah. Let's head on down to the Fox Weather tailgate right there at Fox Weather Square. Fox Square, we're going to call it. You can see it's beautiful right there. I mean, we've got some sunshine peeking out right now. We got a full list of games for Fox that's covered. And we've also got the games that are going on tonight. So let's get you that forecast for what it's going to be like on the field. There's also some classic eats going to happen in just a little bit as well. Nick Koster, my buddy, I was just down there with you last hour and kind of fooling around and talking about the Berlin game. But now we got a game that's actually going to start tonight.
That's right. By the way, how cool do I look when I do this?
I mean,
see
amazing.
That?
Yeah,
years of practice right
stunning.
there, right? I mean, come on.
Years of practice it took.
Years, not minutes. I didn't just start doing that 2 minutes ago, let me tell you. It was from birth to right now.
Clearly.
No, let's talk about the game tonight. 8:15. This is at Mile High Stadium in good old Denver. This is a big-time NFL classic rivalry. It's the Raiders and the Broncos.
In name only,
The Raiders stink.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah,
Classic
I mean, the Raiders have lost 6 of their last 7. Right, classic in name only. The Broncos, they're rolling, man. They got Bo Nix at quarterback. They're doing great. Weather looks awesome. Roey's 1.3. We're clean and green, Bob. The only issue, say it with me, the wind, right?
The wind, yeah,
Those
first
long
part of the
field goals,
game.
they might get pushed around.
Yeah, first part of the game, then the end of the game looks pretty good. This game,
that's right.
I guess the most interesting thing is going to be the forecast because it's going to be bad. You can see what it looks like.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Precipitation impact is at about an 8. Wind impact is at about a 5. Temp impact is fairly low, but it's still showing up. So that's a max Roey of 5.2. We've got a couple of cold fronts swinging across the nation through this weekend and into next week. So obviously this game is at 1 o'clock Sunday in East Rutherford, New Jersey.
I mean, look at this
The
forecast,
wind impact
Nick.
and the rain impact going to be up there.
Look at
Yeah,
that.
it's medium.
58, miserable, you got rain. If you're a Jets fan, this is like, if you were getting a root canal without anesthesia in the stands, that would be the trifecta for the worst day of your life. Watching the Browns play the Jets in the rain.
Listen, this forecast definitely resembles the level of talent on the field. It's all
well
it
put.
stinks.
Well put.
Yeah. Now let's go back to Saturday, 7:30. It's Navy taking on the Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
Yeah.
I mean, Notre Dame is ranked. Navy is not. Precipitation impact is a full-blown 10. So that alone will bump that max Roey up to high. It's 7.0. I mean, you've told the people 100 times already today. It's that the series of cold fronts coming in that's going to be impacting everybody across the eastern 2/3 of the nation, right?
Right, absolutely. And this means the advantage is going to go to the offensive line because when the field is going to be this sloppy, this slippery, and it's going to be late in the night, you're talking about defense is purely reactionary, right? They don't know when the snap is. The offensive guys know when the snap is.
Right.
That's going to help out with the footwork and this slop that they're going to play with. So whoever's offensive line is good in this one probably wins.
You got it. All right, so listen, we did the Roey. Now let's talk about the tailgate treats that we have. Boy, do I have a real treat for you today because this guy is known as the culinary bad boy, celebrity chef Chris Nerschel from New York Catering and Manhattan Top Catering.
My man.
This is the best. This is like the quintessential tailgate spread. You've got wings, you've got burgers, you've got dogs. I mean, come on, man, you know how to do it.
Well, let's hope the Giants don't go on a cold front, because today we're going to be featuring some darts and some scats. What are darts and scats?
Oh, heck
I
yeah.
love it.
Well, we know who they are as players. Today we know who they are as wings. They're big bad boys. That's right, super crispy, using our air fryer. And the scat today is going to be our rub-a-dub-dub. These wings have been rubbed, slow cooked, hour and a half. Then we're going Carolina style, a little brown sugar, touch of cayenne, little paprika.
Make it
We
rain,
will
bro.
make it rain. Not this weekend, I hope. And then we're gonna go to our air fryer where we see a little sizzle and jiggle, baby. We go back in, get them nice and crispy, or we can go right on the grill where we're grilling and chilling.
You've been hiding this from me this whole, that's a whole slab of baby back ribs?
Feed you, my man, yes.
I love it.
100%. It's almost lunchtime.
I was gonna say the only thing maybe missing are the ribs, but boom, there they are right there on the grill.
We got the ribs, the dogs, the scats.
Tell me about the rub. What's in the rub?
All right, so the rub-a-dub. So I actually, before I put them in the oven, I did a simple rub. Just some Maldon salt, pepper, garlic, parsley. Then what I do, this is my trick. 325 degrees for an hour and a half. Sounds insane.
That's a lot.
I like to do it a day before. You're having friends over. You don't want to think about it. You want those crispy wings, which are getting crispy, no flour, no frying, no need.
Yeah.
So I cook them almost steam like. I cover them in foil. They get super tender after that hour and a half. All those fats, they go to the bottom. You drain them. Then you have your finishing products, which I just made, and you can eat it. I won't poison you.
So you put them in the air fryer at the very end?
At the very end,
yeah.
to just crisp them up.
Oh, I like
because
that.
I want to make sure they're tender.
Ooh,
you know?
ooh, that's a little crispy right there. Can you hear that on my microphone, Bob?
Yeah.
All right.
Man, yes.
By the way, I don't know how you did that. Anytime I try to do anything with the air fryer, it's a huge mess. I do that in my kitchen all the time.
I applaud the effort. Super messy. Yeah. But hey, it's wings.
Hey,
what's not
since
about?
I touched all these and put them back in there, we'll feed them to Bob later.
100%. They're definitely going to Bob.
He won't know. He's not watching. So why do people call you the culinary bad boy?
Well, sorry, wings.
Oh yeah, I get it.
I've been darted.
We're both talking and eating at the same time on TV. That's like the worst thing we could do.
Best thing ever. So culinary bad boy, I was on Food Network Star 2010. They called me the culinary bad boy. I used my brain and said, let's copyright it. I am not a bad boy. I'm a family man. But a bad boy with a heart of gold. Love cooking, love what I do.
And who do you cook for? Celebrities everywhere, right?
We can't go there. But yes, I cook all over. I'm cooking right now for one of the Knicks players. So go Knicks, go New York. New York's back, baby.
Listen, if you ever cook for Jackson Dart or Scataboo, you gotta give them the scat and the dart, you just
it's
cooked for us
going
here.
down. Scat and dart. I got your numbers.
Amazing. All right, so we did the rub-a-dub here this time around with the buffalo wings, but you've got everything, man. I think we're gonna talk about this later.
Yep.
You've got the hot dogs, you've got the hamburgers,
sandwiches, dips.
You got the sandwiches, the dips.
You name it.
And you've even got some sugar down yonder.
Oh yeah. We want to work our way, just like a wine pairing. Work our way up. You start with the dips, get into the wings, then the ribs, then dessert. Then this is the you homie. It's like a homie. It is your homie. So ice machine, cocktail. That's throughout the tailgate.
All right. This is the guy that you want, helping you out, making all your food and making the spread for your tailgate. This is amazing, Chris. Thank you, brother.
Absolutely. Let's
Sonny, are you loving the rub-a-dub or what? Yeah? Rub-a-dub those hands together and go to town. Bob, we're going to be talking with Chris next hour. We're going to talk about, we didn't even scratch the surface. I mean, we only got to this 1/3 of the table. We've got all this other stuff that we're going to be chatting about. So there you have it. Good. I mean, what more can I say? This is the best spread I've ever seen.
By the way, I love this Chris, man. He's hilarious. Number one, he's great. He loves all my teams. Number two, so yeah, hats off to Chris the chef, man. Good stuff.
Hey, I think he's had a few Red Bulls. Bulls today.
Yeah, he just hopped up. I could see him. He's like jumping. I'm on the second story. He just hopped up there to say hello through the window. This guy's got some energy. Anyway, Nick, good to talk to you. We'll get back to you in a little bit.
From the bottom.
He used to be good. He's got a good high jump. All right, show you what's going on across the board, Nick. We will get back to you with the tailgate coming up. Hey, what about the West Coast? I want to leave you out. We had some big-time rain move in through the Pacific Northwest, dropping down through Northern California, right, the last couple of days. Powerful atmospheric rivers. We've seen these for the last couple of rounds now develop and then move ashore pretty quickly and then in and out. We're watching the rain, the same thing today. You've got some stuff around the Puget Sound. You drive it right down through Medford. That's I-5 into the northern part of California. Another batch. Now, the stuff that was out there yesterday, it's falling apart pretty quickly, right? I mean, now it's going into the drier atmosphere, so the Dakotas, some light specks of rain. You can see some radar returns around Nebraska as well. Nothing on the severe side at all. In fact, you do need some rain out there. But here's what it looks like on that satellite, plus the radar picture, and then you pull it out. This right there is our satellite imagery when you're looking at the water vapor. And we put the isobars on here also. So the lines of equal pressure, when you start seeing the circles that develop like that, that's really the low pressure center. And the more isobars you have, the tighter they are, the closer they are together, the stronger the winds. So that's where most of the energy is locked up right now across the, I'd say, northern BC coastline into, or it looks like maybe getting into the Gulf of Alaska. But you have one batch that moved in yesterday, but we still have a lot of energy in play that is going to cycle in. So let me take you through the next few hours. Here you are this morning. The rain's coming in through northern parts of California, Oregon, Washington as well. This is about 3 o'clock this afternoon, your local time, Pacific time. Watch that rain spread right through both those states, Northern California too, and then edge into Idaho. It's going to be overnight tonight through tomorrow morning, and it's all higher elevation snow. We're talking over 5,000 to 6,000 feet in elevation at this point. So we're not calling for any of the pass level snowmakers right now. It's going to be in a little bit farther, but you can see the coastal ranges getting some more rain. And again, This is on top of what you've already seen for the last several days. A darker shades of green right there. That's a good 2 to 3 inches of rain. Getting over 3, we start seeing the yellows peppered in. Not just that, it was a windy afternoon. You can see yesterday afternoon, 94-mile-per-hour wind gusts. We had them in some of these areas. Look at Mammoth, California, even up there when you get to the hills, 84-mile-per-hour winds. But right now, and not that bad, but these winds are going to continue to be up there. All right, we've got a lot coming up. We've got one storm exiting away from the northeast. We had a lot of powerful weather out there around New England and Pennsylvania yesterday. We're going to reload it and do it for the mid-south by tomorrow afternoon. Who's going to get slammed with severe weather as a potential? We'll detail that coming up, you guys, after the break. But we're tailgating. You just saw that, so we're going to leave you with some tailgating music. Be right back, everybody. Thanks for being here on a Thursday. I appreciate it.
I'm Fox Weather's Ian Oliver. Are you ready to be a step ahead of the competition this football season? We've got you covered with our exclusive ROE, or risk of weather impact. And this season, it's all tuned up, dialed in for football. The ROE takes all of the important aspects of the forecast and combines them into a single metric to represent the overall impact on the game. Temperature, precipitation, and wind, these are all scored based on the latest Fox Weather forecast and weighted based on our historical analysis of how different weather conditions impact the game. The ROE then averages them together to give a total score from 0 to 10. That score is then classified from 0 to high. The ROE automatically updates in real time based on the latest forecast, so stay tuned to Fox Weather to make sure that you have that competitive edge. For all seasons, for all America, Fox Weather.
Did you recently get a letter in the mail from your Medicare plan? It could be your annual notice of change, and it's one of the most important documents for people on Medicare Advantage plans. If you recently received this letter, read it carefully and call the number on your screen for a free Medicare benefit review. Your annual notice of change informs you about all of the changes being made to your current Medicare plan for the upcoming year. That could mean changes to your benefits, premiums, deductibles, or copayments, network of participating doctors and pharmacies. Medicare plans change every year, so if you're unhappy about the changes being made to your plan, we can help you shop for other coverage options in your area. The Medicare annual enrollment period is happening now, so you may be eligible to enroll today. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th. This is your chance to shop, compare, and perhaps switch plans, but you must take action to do so. Call the Medicare Benefits Helpline at the number on your screen. You don't need an annual notice of change to call. Even if you lost your letter, tossed it out, or never received one, the Medicare Benefits Helpline can assist. Medicare plans can change every year, and those changes can affect benefits, premiums, deductibles, or copayments, network of participating doctors and pharmacies. Call the Medicare Benefits Helpline now to see if there are any changes being made to your current Medicare plan for the upcoming year. Take action before the annual enrollment period ends December 7th. This is your chance to make changes to your plan for the upcoming year. Make sure you're in the best plan for your needs. Even if you called last year, you should still call to see if there are plans in your zip code that may be a better fit for your needs. Remember, new plans may be added every year, so call today. The Medicare Benefits Helpline is open now and ready to assist. Call before the deadline for your free Medicare benefit review.
Call 800-871-3509. That's 800-871-3509.
How can I help? Me? I'm you, but with way more gusto. Nice. Hey, we getting a bike? Even better. We switched to Gusto for payroll. It's always such a headache, man. Nah, with Gusto, it's effortless. Kind of like looking really cool in this jacket. Payroll, benefits, 401k. They even set it up for us. So then, I had time to make some new merch. So what have been missing? Switch to effortless payroll. Make your business look good. Yeah, I knew you'd like it. Really good.
When your pet has unexpected ailments, Fetch covers that. Fetch provides the most complete pet insurance and pays you back up to 90% of pet bills. Vet visit for painful paws? Fetch covers that. Allergies? Fetch covers that. Limping, broken bones, vomiting, cancer, x-rays. Fetch covers all of that and so much more. Submitting claims is fast and easy. And you get paid back when you use your vet or any vet in the US or Canada. Fetch, the most complete pet insurance. Get your free quote at fetchpet.com.
Right now on Fox Weather, a few seasonal firsts ahead for parts of the Midwest and interior Northeast. Lake effect snow bands making a return to the forecast, and it could accumulate in some spots. We've got a big-time pattern shift taking place into the weekend. And this switch up will allow cold air to take over the eastern half of the country. We're expecting the coldest air of the season so far to pour in over the next few days, with a widespread freeze extending down into the deep south by Tuesday morning. We'll show you how far south it gets and how long it hangs around. Plus, severe weather is back in the forecast for parts of the Tennessee and Ohio valleys to close out this work week. You're looking at live views this afternoon of both Nashville and Louisville. Middle Tennessee will be right in the heart of this tomorrow. We'll take you through the timing. It's all right now on Fox Weather Now. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, as always, for being here with us on Fox Weather. Right now, it's 3 o'clock on the East Coast, noon out west. I'm Ian Oliver, and this is Fox Weather Now. This is what we're looking at. More trouble in the Northeast with travel. The wind gusts, we saw some impressive ones move through during the overnight hours, and some big issues at some of the airports. We got Newark up at the top of the list. You'll see that in a moment. That's the severe storm risk that I had mentioned from almost the bluegrass points south and west down through Middle Tennessee. Some strong storms we're expecting as we're wrapping up the week tomorrow. And this chill that takes over, whether you get some of the high impact weather or not, you get in on this if you live in the eastern half of the country, and you're going to know that we're getting closer and closer to winter. So let's get started with what's happening in the Northeast. This is a time-lapse video. Midnight through this morning, top of the Mount Washington Observatory. Yeah, right through about 6:23 a.m. A 109-mile-per-hour wind gust was clocked between 5:40 and 5:50 this morning. That's up around Category 2 hurricane equivalent, a gust. Obviously not the same thing, but man, that was some scene up there as this storm, which we can still see on this real color satellite, screams its way off to the east. That's another potent area of low pressure. Somehow it's actually the weaker of the two. We had the one earlier this week that dropped down to 950 millibars and brought those 100+ mile-per-hour winds at the ground, or closer to sea level at least, up in Newfoundland. You notice the wind direction, too, out of the northwest. We're already feeling the switch across the region, and with that, we're eventually going to see some lake effect snow potential. That's more in the extended forecast. But here we go. That's the wind gust I was talking about, 109 up at the top of Mount Washington. Stony Brook gusted to 70. Nantucket, Block Island, both up around 60 miles per hour. Did lead to some power outages. Those numbers have been coming down throughout the day. But northeastern parts of PA, Wayne and Wyoming counties, somewhere between 5 and 10% of customers still without power right now. So Chatham, Boston, 25 to 30 mile per hour wind gusts. Portland, 35 mile per hour gusts. Bangor, still up to 31. And then obviously Mount Washington jumps out with gusts still up into the 80s. It's crazy weather up there. Their tagline, the worst weather on earth. Obviously, when you have wind gusts like this, in the context of what's going on, I think this is day 37 of the government shutdown, air travel is becoming increasingly challenging with the staffing situations. Then wind is in the mix, and I've been keeping an eye on the FAA bulletins here. For Newark, for example, there's a ground stop. There was previously a ground delay because of wind, then volume and staffing issues. It was a ground delay upgraded to a ground stop. That's going to run through this afternoon, and the average delay is somewhere up around an hour and a half here. There's a ground delay in effect at LaGuardia as well. JFK doesn't have one, but when you look at the net of this, which with these two programs in effect will most certainly be worsening, 861 flights today, scheduled flights delayed so far, and we got a ways to go moving through the schedule. There's the winds in Boston coming down as we move out of the evening. We got another one moves in as we start moving into tomorrow afternoon, this active setup. You see what's going on here with the Fox weather model. This is what I was talking about. So winds briefly come down. It's all connected. This one storm is kind of what's helping to usher in the pattern change, at least this next sequence. That front, though, swings through tomorrow evening, has more wind with it. This is the same one that'll actually be generating that severe weather potential come tomorrow afternoon, the first part of the evening. There's another area of low pressure. That one's more on the leading edge of the cold that takes over eastern half of the country, end of the weekend and into early next week. Let's get more into that severe weather threat. That's a live picture right there from Nashville. Yeah, right down Broadway. Beautiful right now. 69 degrees, got a breeze out of the east, 4 miles per hour. Folks going about their business, maybe taking in some live music, enjoying the weather for now. You need to be aware of what's happening into tomorrow afternoon. It's second severe weather season underway. This one going to be moving into an environment that we think is going to be reasonably favorable for strong and severe storms. This is into tomorrow afternoon. Cold front moves in. That's the lifting mechanism, the trigger to get some of the storms going. And this is the fuel, that storm energy being pumped in up that boundary from the south. You've got the heat of the day, moisture from the Gulf, and enough shear that we'll be watching, at least for the outside chance of some rotating storms. I do think wind and more so hail will be the primary concerns with this particular event. But we talked about that level 2. That's from the Storm Prediction Center from central parts of Kentucky, just south and west of the Bluegrass, south of I-64, right down Interstate 65 to Nashville. Middle Tennessee is right at the middle of this. And with cold air aloft and enough energy down at the surface to get these updrafts to be intense, tall thunderstorms, we're thinking there's a pretty big hail threat here, and it's in all of those same places. Then that boundary into the early part of the weekend gets hung up, and down across the south, we'll at least have a scattered coverage. Some thunderstorms around, handful of them could turn strong or severe with hail and damaging wind gusts as the concern there. So there goes one round. Here we go. This is tomorrow afternoon. This broken coverage in through here, those are the storms that are still ramping up in intensity. That'll be the case late afternoon, the early part of the evening. The line is more well-formed here, but once we're well beyond sunset, overall setup likely starts to lose some of its overall intensity. And then you can see how this one, at least, hangs up a bit, flattens out. You get this scattered coverage of storms into the early part of the weekend. Nothing widespread at all on Saturday. But if you encounter one of those thunderstorms, as I said, there's an outside chance it's knocking on the door of severe intensity. So something to track. Keep an eye on the Fox Weather app. Make sure you know where those storms are at. Into Nashville, moving through the day tomorrow. Here we go. That's the middle part of the afternoon, 3, 4, 5 o'clock. That's going to be when we have that severe weather potential. So the timing's not good. It's right at the end of the day on a Friday. Folks getting out of school, cutting out of work, maybe a little bit early. Be aware. You've got some of these storms in the forecast. Let's get into what happens behind this storm. You saw in the extended outlook that next one that starts to move in. There's Cleveland. That looks awfully nice. West wind, 8 miles per hour. Temperature is at 50 degrees. That bitter cold blast will be taking over the eastern part of the country. We could see some records drop all the way down into Florida, places like Lakeland, Jacksonville. This starts into the weekend. So watch how this all plays out. If you've been with us today, we were talking with on America's Weather Center with Bob Van Dillen. He hates this pattern. Zonal flow west to east. You get little disturbances embedded in that flow. They're fast moving. They're in and out. They're tough to time. It's kind of a headache of a weather pattern. No amplification to the jet stream. This is that, but it comes along with challenges too, allowing all that cold air to spill down from Canada. And look at the southerly extent of that. It's almost down to the Gulf Coast. These temperatures that will be trending, call it 15, 20 degrees below average in these spots. So Friday into Saturday, these are the overnight low temperatures. Saturday morning, 62 degrees in Atlanta to get things started. That's awfully nice. Wait till that next front sweeps on through. By Tuesday morning, your low temperature is 3 degrees below freezing. So yeah, you're all the way down into the 20s. That's a legitimate freeze, and it's for a lot of people. Come Sunday morning, all the sub-freezing temperatures are confined to the northern tier. You look at how they start to take over into the early part of next week. 174 million people, most of them outside of the Rockies, up into the Cascades. It's east of the Mississippi. 174 million people waking up to temperatures that are at or below the freezing mark. It's a lot. That's Tuesday morning. Another way to visualize that, the frost and freeze potential, the freeze in through here is right down to about the Florida-Georgia line, southern Alabama over into Mississippi. So you get just away from the Gulf Coast and you start flirting with those freezing temperatures. Monday morning, Montgomery, 36 degrees. Atlanta, 36 degrees. Come Tuesday, look at Montgomery, 25. This is a hard freeze that we're talking about into the early part of next week. And it'll take a decent part of the week to climb out of that temperature hole. Tuesday, though, by far, looks to be the coldest morning. All right, it's Football Thursday. A competitive Fox Weather tailgate taking place. Look at this. There's Kiana, there's Nick. There's another lack of regulation distance between our cornhole boards. They're getting after it. We're going to check in with them, the Rowie, the risk of weather impact for the Week 10 games. That's when Fox Weather Now comes right back.
Are you Julie? Hi, are you Erica?
Yes.
Come on in. Hi. Doing all right today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Since Veterans Day is coming up, we are recording messages to disabled veterans. If you would like to do one, just look into the camera right here.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
It takes a lot of courage and bravery to fight for us.
You give your life, you give your time.
We need you, we depend on you, and you are great.
You have to leave your families. They just give a lot.
Thank you for your service.
We're going to pick up a friend of mine right here.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing great, thank you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I want to thank you so much for everything that you've done for our country.
Because I'm a retired Navy veteran myself. Yes, and so I know how valuable it is, the service that we give.
You did not have to go fight for our country. I mean, it's hard.
Thank you for that support. It means a lot to us. Because without your support, veterans like me wouldn't live our lives to the fullest. You guys are our backbone.
You can say thank you to our disabled veterans too. You call the number on your screen or go to helpdav.org to give your monthly support of only $19. When you do, we'll send you your very own DAV t-shirt as a symbol of the care you're making possible for veterans and their families, now and in the years to come.
Thank you to you and your daughter for everything you've done. Your monthly support to DAV is a great way to say thank you to disabled veterans like me.
Please call or go online to helpdav.org to say thank you today. Your monthly gift makes all the difference in the lives of our disabled veterans, now and into their future.
A mesothelioma diagnosis is life-changing. Let us come to you and help provide the guidance you need.
At MRHFM, we offer the MesoCare Promise. Mesothelioma is all we do. We'll even come to you. We provide the support you deserve.
With our team of nurses and attorneys, you will never be alone in this fight.
Call now and we'll come to you for a free consultation. Call us at 800-260-0800 or go to mesobook.com.
Running payroll, adding benefits. Hi, I'm you. with more gusto.
What is good, Nuts and Bolts fam? Let's get this shop rolling.
We hired a social media manager? Oh yeah, Gusto made it easy. Payroll, benefits, 401k, done. And spoiler, we're kind of famous. Wait, so we're famous. We're famous. How famous?
Famous.
Get the payroll small businesses are talking about. Choose a future with Gusto.
I'm so posting that.
Hey, welcome back to Fox Weather Now. We're watching those windy conditions again. It's been every day so far this week. Couple of different storm systems, both quite potent, or at least eventually potent, in about this position, going by Sable Island up toward Newfoundland. This one had intensity moving all the way across the region. If you were with us yesterday, we were talking with Katie Burns. She was in Hamburg, New York, just off to the south of Buffalo, the south towns, and those winds were screaming in off of Lake Erie. Through the overnight period, that was when most folks across the Northeast dealt with the worst of the winds, which were up in excess of 60 miles per hour in spots, but it has been a gusty, chillier day today. Places like Hartford, Boston, gusting 20 to 25 miles per hour right now. Capital region still gusting up into the mid-30s. Portland, 35 mile per hour gusts, and Mount Washington, which gusted way up over 100, still gusting to 82 miles per hour with some of that snow they got during the overnight hours too. The wind has been a huge problem in what's already been a fragile situation, travel-wise, government shutdown, air traffic control, volume, as it is with the current staffing setup, is an issue. And then the wind is in the mix. Wind generated a ground delay at LaGuardia. There was a ground delay at Newark. I'm looking up at our flight board here. It was upgraded with the staffing problems to a ground stop for Newark right now, and there it is. That's not a good trend. If you're trying to get into Newark, that's what the ground stop program means. If you have an aircraft that's destination is Newark, it's staying where it is for the time being until that ground stop is lifted, and right now it runs for another hour and a half. Ground delay in effect at Boston Logan. They've been dealing with wind. Look at that average delay now, up to over 3 hours. So this is becoming an issue. And as we said, across the Northeast, and what's been such a windy week, weather is doing us no favors. The Fox Weather tailgate is in full swing down on Fox Square. We got a competitive slate of games lined up for the weekend. Week 10 now. We got the forecast for all of them. Let's get down on the ground. We'll check in with Nick Koser and Kiana Lewis. Guys, I saw cornhole's going again. The food's put away. I made my visit, Nick. Food goes away, Ian goes away. That's just my tailgate policy.
I'm not mad at that policy. By the way, you may want to change the script. You said competitive games this week, and most of them will be, but the Jets-Browns are the first game
Let me
we're
get my
talking
cheat sheet
about.
out.
Yeah, and what?
That might be competitive still.
No. I guarantee you.
Let's get one thing straight.
Hold on, you got to hear this. Kiana did a little bit of prep work before this segment. You were talking to your husband, Walt.
Yes, I went to NFL boot camp.
Yeah.
He definitely mentioned that both teams are garbage.
I see it. It's on her notes. Both garbage.
Wow.
So
Feel free to put that in the script.
It's brutal analysis, but it's not wrong. It's not wrong. Shout out Walt. I know Kiana loves football so much, especially bad football. It's really good analysis.
And not just bad football weather.
Yes.
Look at the Rowie. We've got cold fronts swinging across the nation all weekend long heading into next week. The Great Lakes going to be cloudy, windy, rainy.
And unfortunately, it lands here on Sunday as heavy rain. So the medium Rowie for, this team, or these two teams, make it a little bit more challenging, I would assume.
Yeah.
I know you're a Browns fan.
Oh, yeah.
You mentioned you were a Browns.
A couple times. I don't like to mention it, but I have to. It just comes out every once in a while. Yeah. So we're going to start potentially with a low Rowie, and then the Rowie does get up to a medium level as the wind and the rain start coming in a little more vicariously throughout the second, third, and fourth quarter. It's going to be it was going to probably be a sloppy game to begin with, even if it was in a dome.
Either way.
Yeah. But now we've got rain gumming up the works. So.
And it's going to be heavy at times, too. I think that's the other hard part about this. I mean, Shower is slowing things down.
Bummer. And very windy too, so it's going to be tough to do anything. Certainly kicking field goal is going to be tough. All right.
This looks better.
A little better, yeah. A little better forecast, a little better matchup here. It's the Rams and the 49ers in Santa Clara, California at Levi Stadium. This is a late afternoon Sunday game.
I had a quote for this one because I know that the 49ers won in week 5.
Yeah.
Can lightning strike twice?
That's good. See if they, okay, because they both played together in week 5.
Yep.
I see.
See
All
what
right.
I mean?
I like that.
Boot camp working out for me.
And it was a weather-related pun. Come on,
Yeah,
it's too good.
there you go.
All right, well listen, the wind impact's 0.5, that's as high as it gets. So the max row is 0.8, not even a full
Yeah,
one.
not even a 1.
Very
so
low.
They're looking pretty good. These temperatures I am jealous about. 70s, especially standing outside right now.
I know.
70s look pretty good, a lot of sunshine opportunities, maybe some cloud coverage in the mix, but not too bad.
Yeah, not too windy, so this is perfect weather for football. San Francisco's a little banged up, so I'm thinking, Walt, your husband is a big LA Rams
Yes,
fan, so
and
I'm
I'm
thinking
a-
he's gonna come in victorious.
Yeah, and, you know, I had to ask him, non-biased opinion. He was like, LA Rams, they got it. I'm like, all right, we'll go with that.
Yeah, but it's still a little biased.
A little bit, a little bit, knowing him.
All right, let's get back on the East Coast, or at least the Midwest, right? The Giants taking on the Bears. Again, we're in the Midwest. It's Sunday. Here come those cold fronts, so it's going to be wet, it's going to be windy, it's going to be cold. Max row is at a 5, so that's
Medium
considered
here.
medium.
Temperatures in the 30s, so getting pretty close to that cold, almost freezing kind of feel if you're out there all day long. Got to
Yeah.
layer up for that.
And look at those winds, 20-mile-per-hour
20,
winds.
yeah.
So not
Out of
only is it
the
going to be
north,
cold,
too.
feels like temps might drive it down into the 20s. Field goals are going to be flying around. They'll probably be heavy on the run game. And then let's go to Saturday's
Indiana.
evening matchup. It's Navy, Notre Dame. Notre Dame is ranked. Navy is not. Look at that. We're maxed out.
The first 10.
That rainbow impact, or that precipitation impact looks like Rainbow Road on Mario Kart. So medium going up to a high rowy, and it's going to be a nasty one out there in South Bend, Indiana.
Yeah, that's that cold front though.
It's that cold front. Yeah, it's going to be impacting a lot of games. All right.
That's Rowie.
Yeah.
Now it's time to really play some games.
This is the real game. This is the game
We
of
got,
the,
okay, yeah, walk us through this. We got something going on.
We're going to try something new here, Ian. We're just going to try to spice it up. Since you pointed out on the tees that we're playing on a short porch, we're going to try to make it a little bit more interesting. So we're going to take our we're going to take our bags.
Okay.
We're going to stand back to back and take 5 big steps.
Yeah.
And that's where we launch our bags from, okay?
All right, you ready?
This is like a showdown at high noon, only it's, 3:15 Eastern. All right, you ready? All right, here we go. And I don't want you to take those little baby steps.
All right,
You gotta
I'm
go
taking
full.
big ones.
All right, here we go.
Big dog.
Sonny, make sure she takes real big steps, okay? Keep her in check. All right, here we go. Ready?
Ready? 1.
1,
Oh,
2,
3,
3,
4,
4,
5.
What the heck? Those
That
are little
was
baby
5.
steps.
You ready?
Sonny, did she take big steps?
He saw me.
All right, whatever. Go ahead.
I'm going first?
Yeah. Oh, come on! This is nonsense.
Off the top.
Dang it. All right. Kiana's got me.
Come on, Sonny,
Go ahead.
help me out.
What is going on here? She's cooking. I just made one. All right.
I'm going to have to use yours.
Okay. All right.
Oh, almost.
We'll call it a tie. How about that?
Tie?
Okay, how about a one bag
Tiebreaker.
playoff? Go ahead.
Ready?
Yeah.
Oh, dang. No, that fell flat.
Okay, here we go. I don't know what happened.
I think I'm the winner. Sonny said I'm the winner.
Sonny, who wins? Sonny, get out of here. Get out. Go back in the building. You're kicked out of the tailgate segment. He's a hater. He's a hater.
It's just you and I. I mean, listen.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Always good playing with you.
Sonny.
It's a draw?
You're still. I guess it's a draw.
Poor Sonny. Oh, no. Oh, Sonny's in shambles.
Hey, don't make me go Cam Newton on you over there. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Hey, Nick, our stage manager, Rubenson's like, wait, isn't Nick, you start the segment dumping on the Browns. He's like, isn't Nick a Browns fan? I'm like, yeah. Have you given up?
Yeah, no, it's a love-hate thing. If you're from Cleveland, that's your whole relationship with the Browns in a nutshell. So
That
Rubenson
makes
was
sense.
right. Although he's a Giants fan, so he doesn't have much room to talk.
Uh-oh.
Wait, he's got a point. He's got a really good point. Nick, Kiana, we'll be checking back in with you guys. Thank you. We love you too, Sonny. Hang in there. Hey, we got a full slate
we showed you some of the games. As we dive into Week 10, Fox has you covered with all of the NFL Sunday matchups. That's starting at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. The aforementioned New York Football Giants of Rubinson fame, they head to the Windy City to battle it out with the Chicago Bears. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, they're in Minneapolis hoping toward a season comeback. They need one. They need a win over the Minnesota Vikings. The Saints travel to Charlotte, desperate for a win as they go against the Panthers. And then at 4 p.m. Eastern, we've got America's Game of the Week. Matt Stafford and the Rams. They are rolling. They'll they travel north to take on the San Francisco 49ers. It's a heated NFC West matchup. You see a select few. We'll see the Detroit Lions taking on the Washington Commanders. Make sure to watch it this Sunday. That is only on Fox. Wild that it is Week 10, right? Yes. Yeah. I actually stat changed with the Cowboys on ESPN. I ended up went from 8-1 to 7-2. Stat corrections, they will come for you. All right, let's head back out to the West Coast. This looked something awfully similar yesterday. Jane was here, and we said it was kind of a moody look out at Seattle. We had checked in with our friends at Fox 13 saying this is right on schedule to get a barrage of atmospheric river events into November, which for Seattle, where we're looking at, is typically the wettest month of the year. The problem is that it came along with a whole lot of rain and wind too. Look at some of these. Jacksonville, Oregon, 88 miles per hour. Mammoth, California, 84. A lot of these locations up over 80 miles per hour. So clearly, particularly up into the high terrain, there was some sting to this atmospheric river. These are the wind gusts right now. Billings and Great Falls gusting to almost 40 miles per hour. Florence back in Oregon, 32 miles per hour. And as we move forward through what's left of today, tonight, and into tomorrow, still some big wind gusts with this next shot. It's not quite as potent as what we saw call it 24, 30 hours back with the last round. It's another healthy one, though, from Northern California, Oregon, and Washington, the whole Pac Northwest. You've got some pockets of heavy rain. Just like we saw with the last one, it's mostly just wet weather, just rain, because of the orientation where this storm is, pulling up some warmer air from the south. It's only the highest peaks, but you do see a little bit of that up in the Cascades, eventually over into the northern Rockies, where there is some snow in the mix. I do want to show you quickly this forecast for rain still to come. This is rain through the end of the week. Drop in the bucket as compared to what you've seen so far this week. That's part of the problem, though. Those areas in darker green, another 1 to 2 inches of rain easily. And in the high peaks, you look at the Olympics there, some spots that could see well up over 2 inches, maybe up to about 3 inches of rain. Straight ahead on Fox Weather now, the northern lights could shine over parts of the United States tonight. That was the case this morning, no question. Look at that up in Anchorage, Alaska. A strong geomagnetic storm may make the aurora borealis, the northern lights, visible as far south as Pennsylvania and Oregon. That's if you can find some breaks in the cloud cover, of course. Not just tonight, potentially over the weekend, too. Recent solar activity has set the stage for the colorful display. We'll get more into that. We've got more Fox weather coming up. Keep it here.
We're told in Genesis chapter 1:26 that God has made man in his image, and by his likeness has he made him.
Genesis is a book of fundamental importance for the Jewish and Christian faiths, and a literary masterpiece that has profoundly shaped Western civilization. Now, in this exclusive online course from Hillsdale College, you can deepen your understanding of how this ancient book is essential to you today. Sign up for the Genesis story, absolutely free, at learnfromhillsdale.org. Dr. Justin Jackson, a distinguished Hillsdale College professor, will guide you through this fascinating free online course that unfolds the biblical stories of Adam and Eve, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and Joseph. When you sign up, you'll explore some of life's most important questions, gain a greater appreciation for how the Bible confronts pain and hardship with redemption and hope,
and discover how the struggles people faced thousands of years ago are deeply relevant to us still today. Take this 6-lesson course whenever it's most convenient for you, at your pace or on your schedule. Signing up is easy and free when you go to learnfromhillsdale.org today.
So the fun thing with the serpent is, how does a serpent talk? And not only that, but why is the serpent's punishment to crawl on its belly when that's what it does?
Join the hundreds of thousands of Americans who are enriching their lives through this exclusive online course from Hillsdale College and gain access to this premium content today.
What I hope you'll get from studying Genesis in this course is a deeper appreciation of the biblical insights with regards to the human person, psychology, our predilection towards rivalry, but also reconciliation.
Sign up for the Genesis story, free of charge, at learnfromhillsdale.org today.
For over 150 years, American Standard has been the trusted name in bathroom products, and now they're making it easier than ever to upgrade yours. American Standard offers full shower remodels, beautifully customized and installed in as little as 2 days.
Wow, gotta love that.
That fast install's a big plus.
Guided by a personal in-home design consultation, choose from 24 shower wall options, stylish, grout-free, easy to clean.
No more grout to scrub.
Every shower is installed by factory-certified technicians, backed by limited lifetime warranty, including installation. And right now, save $1,500 on your bathroom remodel with no interest and no payments for 12 months. Call or scan now. 1-800-900-0658.
Want to see how it's coming along?
All set.
Wow, that was fast.
Even better than on TV.
Call American Standard today to start your shower remodel with $1,500 in savings, plus no interest and no payments for 12 months. 1-800-900-0658.
Hey, welcome back to Fox Weather Now. Thanks for being here at the bottom of the hour. I'm Ian Oliver. This has been some stretch in the Northeast, stuck in this weather pattern. Quick-moving systems. They've been potent, though. We had one move through last night, still dealing with the wind. There's another one in the forecast, and that's created more problems for Northeast area airports. We'll get into that. Severe storms, those could be problematic, dangerous as we move into Friday, trying to close out this work week. Central parts of Kentucky, almost up through the bluegrass, you've got some level of severe weather risk. But that level 2, all the way down through Middle Tennessee and Nashville, is right in the middle of all that. So we'll take you through the timing. And the winter-like chill, this is an everybody thing. Everybody in the eastern half of the country, wait till you see how cold it gets. We think a number of records get broken by Tuesday morning. Let's start, though, in the Northeast. We know it was a windy morning for folks. A quick-hitting storm swept through the region, leaving thousands in the dark. In Pennsylvania alone, more than 60,000 customers were left without power during the height of the storm. Fox Weather's Katie Byrne is in Chatham, Massachusetts, with the latest.
After a blustery and wet night in New England, winds are starting to ease up. Here on the Cape, gusts reached the 50-mile-per-hour range.
We've been weird the last couple of weeks. We've had a couple of them in a row, and we've had a lot of wind this fall period. We haven't had a lot of rain except for the last couple of weeks. I mean, in the summer, we went most of the summer. A lot of the towns weren't allowed to use any irrigation or anything like that because of the lack of water.
The weather is a reminder that winter is on the way. At the Chatham Fishing Pier, you could see flags snapping in the wind and trees and dune grass swaying with the gusts. We met John Humphreys as he was making deliveries around town. He says the wind was strong enough to rock his truck.
Very windy. Driving that truck is a lot of fun in the wind, and it blows you all over the place. Every once in a while, when you get a gust, it's like it'll actually knock you to the side, one way or the other. And yeah, then you get a little white-knuckled and you're grabbing the steering wheel a little tighter.
And it wasn't just here on the Cape. The storm slammed parts of the Northeast, too. The winds toppled trees and caused power outages in Pennsylvania, where more than 50,000 customers lost power at the peak of the storm. Thankfully, fire officials say no one was hurt inside this RV camper that got crushed by a tree. The wind is now ushering in colder air, and tonight could be the coldest night of the season for many spots in New England, including Chatham. In Chatham, Massachusetts, Katie Byrne, Fox Weather.
All right, that's a live look now at Louisville, Kentucky. Abundant sunshine, looks good. Temperatures there, not pictured. It's not zero. It's warmer than that. Those high temps in the mid-60s. Different story, though, as we've got some active weather moving in to wrap up the week. As I said, let me get switched over to that. We'll get into the severe weather potential. This was what was going on across the Northeast. You got what's left of all that, the airport problems. You could see those lighting up the board behind me. Boston, Logan, still in a ground delay. We've got Reagan and Newark dealing with some issues related to staffing and wind, too. This is the severe storm threat into tomorrow. So you've got portions of Kentucky, much of the Commonwealth under some level of severe weather risk, but down into Nashville, Middle Tennessee, it's that level 2. I do think hail probably going to be the biggest problem with these, at least the most widespread hazard. Some wind gusts up to about 60 miles per hour. Outside chance of an isolated tornado or two tomorrow. Doesn't look like a very widespread hazard, but we'll be watching all of those storms for any indications of rotation throughout the afternoon and evening tomorrow. Into Saturday, this first front flattens out a bit. This isn't the one that sweeps through and brings with it what will be a legitimate taste of winter. This one, though, will keep things unsettled through the early part of the weekend into Saturday, with at least a scattered coverage of some thunderstorms. Handful of them could become strong or severe, so we'll be watching for those. There's the Fox weather model as we move forward through the afternoon hours tomorrow. Scattered coverage of storms in through there. Some of the strongest ones, powerful updrafts, can keep those hailstones suspended aloft. And with that, they continue to grow as they cycle up and down through the thunderstorm cloud. With that, they eventually get heavy and fall out. And that could be some big hail in the places that we were talking about. Later tomorrow evening, they lose some of their intensity. But as I was talking about, you can kind of see the shape of that front flattening out, something like that. And that'll keep this coverage more west to east oriented across the south from the Mississippi River or so, all the way points east to the eastern seaboard, to the Atlantic, a scattered coverage of storms. But for Nashville, timing of this not so good. Late afternoon, closing time for work, heading home through the evening rush and into the early part of your evening. That's where you have the storm potential. So keep that as part of your plans, both for school, work, whatever you got going on for a Friday evening. Keep that as part of your plans. That's 7 o'clock local time. Those storms are dropping off to the south and east. Just one of those evenings where you're going to want to know where those storms are at. Keep the Fox Weather app handy. You can track them yourself. That is a look at Tallahassee, Florida. 78 degrees, bright blue skies, some cirrus clouds aloft. That's a really good look. That's what you're looking for at this point in the season. In early November, that's a real nice day. We've got big changes coming, and with that, every now and then, winter invades down south. This is going to be one of those times. The first time, a lot of firsts down across the southeast moving through the next several days. So right now, flow is zonal, west to east. We've been talking about that. Little disturbances, little but potent. We've been dealing with those in the northeast last several days. We get a high amplitude dip, a trough in the jet stream that allows cold air, the coldest we've seen so far this season, all the way down from Canada, and it just takes over. You can see the progression of that with these temperatures. These are freezing or lower, freezing or colder. 52 million folks wake up to that Sunday morning. 174 million people wake up to that Tuesday morning. So yeah, that cold air takes hold. And part of why this is such a big deal is the southern extent of that cold air. It effectively makes it down to the Gulf Coast. Those areas don't get a frost, but just immediately removed from where the warm water is, you've got some frost, and just north of that, you get into a freeze. So this is into Tuesday morning. We are expecting some record cold, places like Jacksonville down to Lakeland, Florida, interior parts of the Tampa Bay area. Look at this. You've got Tallahassee and New York, two cities separated by 950 miles. And yeah, Tallahassee expected to be 5 degrees cooler than New York. That has everything to do with wind direction, that north wind pumping down the cold air over Tallahassee. Average first freeze there is November the 21st. So this would be way ahead of schedule. Coldest you've been so far this year is 36. This is a half a dozen degrees colder than that. And more important than the 6 degrees is what 6 degrees on opposite sides of the freezing mark. Coldest we've been in New York so far is 43. So that still will be the coolest of the season so far, to my point, but not quite what they're actually going to get into down south. So that is an interesting aspect of this. Monday morning, you see the cold starting to move in. Tuesday morning, the coldest of the bunch, it's just completely taken over. Savannah down to the freezing mark. That's the record I was talking about. Jacksonville, Panama City could be somewhere just shy of the freezing mark. That is some serious chill into the early part of next week. Chill's good for ski season. We're heading in that direction. Winter is on, and so is the Fox Weather Ski House. We're back for more action-packed winter adventures. Bob Van Dillen kicking things off at Deer Valley Resort in Park City, Utah. That place is awesome. The first ski house of the season is coming up Wednesday, December 3rd at noon Eastern Time. That's only on Fox Weather. And in the lead up to Veterans Day, that's coming up on Tuesday, Fox Weather is honoring the men and women of the United States Armed Services that keep us safe and defend our freedoms. Let's take a look at the weather at Otis Air National Guard Base in Massachusetts. Picked this because we had checked in with Katie Byrne down in Chatham. This is right up the road. It's a little bit off to the west of where she was. So a shout out to the Cape. You've got the forecast here, partly cloudy for tomorrow, but with that next storm that moves in, they're feeling that pattern shift too, from 60 tomorrow to a high temperature of just 35 degrees come. That's the refresh. What was the old one? Wrong. Yeah, I was going to say that's not what we were expecting to say. Wait a minute. That's more like what we were talking about with the cold air down south. Strike that, reverse it. We got 53 tomorrow. You've got milder conditions into the weekend. Doesn't get anything close to that for the second half of the weekend. So a revised and improved forecast for you right there at Otis. Fox Weather proudly salutes our nation's veterans and the organizations that serve them. Veterans Day is this coming Tuesday, the 11th, and all of our veterans deserve to live with dignity and independence, not out on the streets. That's why you see this. We are making camo our cause in support of the Honor U.S. Vets campaign. You can join us by making a donation and wearing camo this Veterans Day. Post yours on social with the hashtag HonorUSVets to donate and learn more information on how you can help U.S. vets prevent and end veteran homelessness. You can visit the link you see right there on your screen. It's go.fox/USVets. Coming up next on Fox Weather Now, strong atmospheric river, dropping some snow on the UC Berkeley Central Sierra Snow Lab. This is just one of several atmospheric rivers that have been moving ashore over on the West Coast. A break of some drier weather, with sunshine included, returning for the weekend. We've got more Fox Weather coming up. Keep it here.
Spending all my time just thinking about you. I don't know what to do. I think I'm falling for you. I've been waiting all my life and now I find you. I don't know what to do. I think I'm falling for you.
It's time now for Fox Weather Deals, where we bring you exclusive discounts on fantastic products just for you. To start shopping, scan that QR code on your screen or head to foxweatherdeals.com. And joining me today, lifestyle expert Courtney Kaysen, to introduce us to today's deal. Courtney, always great to see you.
It's so good to see you. You and I were just talking about the busy life that is New York City,
yes.
And this is now attached to our hip. It's our personal assistant, it's our office, and if that's the case, you absolutely need a Rush Charge Universe because it is portable power on the go that's got 3 points of connectivity. You can talk on the phone, take meetings, all while it's charging. You're getting up to 26 hours of additional talk time or 15 hours of additional internet use. I love this because, like, if you're talking safety and, like, your kids are out at an event or there's bad weather and there's no power, this is your lifeline. There's no cords to worry about. Everything is built on board, and it gets to come home today with fabulous colors, red, white, and blue.
I love it.
Plus the limited edition American flag, and it's $39.99, saving you 50% off.
And multiple devices can be attached to it at one time.
Which is great with kids because now there are no arguments. You get a port, you get a port, you get a port.
We all get a port. Courtney, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And of course, if you want to purchase what you saw today and so much more, you can always scan that QR code on your screen or check out foxweatherdeals.com for so much more.
America is blessed with countless service men and women who have bravely fought on our behalf. They've paid the price in body and spirit so we can enjoy our freedom.
By joining the military during a very active period of war, I absolutely went into it with the idea that I could die. Both my legs were amputated due to an IED that I sustained while I was deployed to Iraq. I mean, I'm still here, so there must be something more.
Far too many struggle to get the care and benefits they earned through service and sacrifice. Disabled American Veterans is a lifesaver for our injured heroes. They help service members of all ages get the help they need, but they can't do it alone.
There were moments of frustration where you can't do this anymore, you can't go here anymore. I absolutely felt like I lost some of my purpose.
I'm asking you to join me and other patriotic Americans and donate only $19 a month, just 63 cents a day. Your monthly donation will help veterans like Nick Kolchar. For 100 years, DAV, Disabled American Veterans, has been fighting to keep our promises to our injured heroes each and every day, ensuring that our sons and daughters get the care and assistance they deserve. You'll help them get the financial and medical benefits they've earned and receive the care and emotional support they need. When you call or go online right now with your pledge of just $19 a month, we'll send you this DAV blanket as a way you can share your support of our brave veterans. Join me and other patriotic Americans and support DAV. For only $19 a month, just 63 cents a day, you can say thank you in the most meaningful way. Please call or go online to helpdav.org and donate now. Thank you, and God bless you.
How can I help? Me? I'm here to tell us, switch to Gusto for payroll, benefits, and even 401k. It's always such a headache, man. With Gusto, it's effortless, like looking cool in this jacket. Okay.
Many of my clients ask me, how can I afford to buy my next home, but also make sure my current home sells? That's why who you work with matters. Together with HomeLight, we've helped clients win the home of their dreams every time.
This winter, experience the ultimate rock Christmas tradition. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert, presenting The Ghosts of Christmas Eve, the best of TSO and more. An awe-inspiring blend of rock, classical, and holiday music for the entire family. Don't miss this season's most exciting concert experience. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, coming to a city near you. Go to TSOtickets.com for info.
Hey, welcome back to Fox Weather Now. From Seattle down to San Francisco, wet weather has been pounding the Pacific coastline throughout the week. These atmospheric river events, we've got another one approaching. You can see it with those winds still offshore. So we're kind of in the middle for now of what was left of the last one, still producing some big wind gusts through northern parts of the Rockies, Montana. You got Great Falls and Billings gusting up to around 40 miles per hour. Through tomorrow, look at some of these wind gusts. Seattle, Portland, down to Gold Beach, 40 to 50 mile per hour gusts can be expected. That's moving through this afternoon, this evening, 5 o'clock local time. Widespread coverage from Northern California up through Oregon and Washington. Most of the states of Washington and Oregon are seeing some rain through the latter part of the evening into the first part of the overnight. And from there, it drifts farther off to the east. A little bit of snow up across the northern Rockies. Then there's one more system back to the west moving into the weekend. Nothing like the intensity of what we've seen over the past few days. So the rain's still to come. This is not as significant as the last atmospheric river in this chain, but the cumulative effect here is part of that problem. When you've got a fairly widespread pockets of the darker green, it's another 1 to 2 inches of rain. So be especially aware of that because these spots have gotten soaked over the past few days. Right. As they say on X, tap and load this in 4K. It's wallpaper material type stuff, no question. And one of, if not the most gorgeous natural phenomenon in our night sky. The Northern Lights, or Aurora Borealis, stunned flyers last night on a flight from Denver to Chicago. On your screen, right there, that incredible view of the aurora from the flight. Auroras are the result of geomagnetic storms that are generated by cosmic rays from the sun. You can see some of those charged particles interacting with the magnetosphere, and depending on what molecule it is, you get some different colors. They dance around, and it turns into this magnificent display. So let's learn more about this and what it was like on that flight. Joining us is the photographer of the pictures that you were just looking at, Dr. Ryan French. He's a solar physicist, an author and research scientist at the Lab for Atmospheric and Space Physics. That's out at the University of Colorado in Boulder. Ryan, I'm kind of an aisle seat guy typically, so I can move around a little bit. This feels like it was a window seat situation. What was that like?
Yeah, this was definitely a window seat kind of night. If you were on the aisle, you would have missed this. If you were on the opposite window facing south, you also would have missed this. It was great. So I'm a solar physicist. I researched the sun for a career. So I sort of knew what was going to be happening. And periodically after we took off, as soon as we took off over the clouds there, I started taking pictures of my phone, waiting for the aurora. And your phone will see it before you can. Your phone camera, if you just set your camera on for a few seconds, you'll capture those beautiful colors. I tried to share the excitement with those around me. A few people were interested, a few people not interested or couldn't see it or didn't know what they were looking for. But no, it was fantastic.
So that was actually my next question. I'm going to go on a limb and say that you were the only one on the plane with a PhD in space weather. That's probably a fair assumption. Did folks know? Were you telling people on the plane that you were expecting this, or were you expecting it at all? Was this just a lucky thing?
We were expecting it as scientists. So the sun is in a very active period this week in particular. Last night we had a strong geomagnetic storm. You introduced those beforehand. Tonight again we're expecting a strong geomagnetic storm. I think probably the person next to me has no idea what that means. I sort of tapped him on the shoulder, showed him my phone, said, "Hey, look, this is out the window right now." But again, unless you're right on that window, it's difficult to see. And you know, being on a plane, the plane is moving, the cabin lights are on. Probably not ideal situations to be looking at the aurora. Definitely not ideal situations, but still really cool to see.
Yeah, you're reading my mind. I'm wondering, cabin lights. Typically, folks are going absolutely as far away from cities and any type of light pollution as possible. How vibrant was it? Was this the iPhone telling the story, or was this pretty easily detectable to your eyes?
Yeah, so you can see strong aurora even in light polluted areas, but it's very, very challenging and it's got to be really, really bright. So to the eye, you can see something. It sort of looks you can't see the colors, so you can't see the green and the reds, but you can see sort of what looks like a misty sort of arc in the sky. And I could see this was moving a little bit, so I could tell that it was the Northern Lights. But unless you're somewhere really dark, you're not going to see those greens and those reds with your eye. But even if you have some light pollution, you can still see the faint white, and your camera or even your phone will pick those colors up.
So in your travels, in your studies, where have you been chasing the aurora? It's on my bucket list. I've tried a couple times and struck out.
Yeah, so the furthest north I've been to see the aurora is in Svalbard, which is an island in the Arctic north of Norway, but I have seen it here from the US. Last year in May 2024 and October 2024, we had some severe and extreme geomagnetic storms, so much stronger than what we had last night and what we're expecting tonight, and I saw them from Colorado. So you don't have to go north to see these things. Sometimes the Northern Lights will come to you, but you've got to know when that's happening, and you've got to be ready for it.
I may have to reach back out to you to get the spelling of that place you went to in Norway. I am most certainly in pursuit of this. Yeah. And as you told us, it looks like a bunch more folks will have an opportunity once again tonight, perhaps into the weekend. That's Dr. Ryan French. This was a really cool thing. We appreciate you taking the time to tell us about it on Fox Weather.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
All right. We got storms, windy conditions across the Northeast last night into this morning. More stormy weather working its way through. We want to get you updated with what we're expecting as we roll through what's left of today, what's left of this week, and then the coming attractions like we've been talking about moving into the weekend. So overnight, there's that next area of low pressure. It's going to be bringing unsettled weather across the Great Lakes. The southern part of this, which we will show you, that's the part that generates the severe weather potential. Again, up in Ontario and Quebec, it's another shot of some wet snow in the mix. But you see that rain-snow line well off to the north of the border with Canada. So most of it is up into Quebec and then the Atlantic Canada provinces. That's the rain that sweeps in tomorrow evening. So this is something to plan for your Friday night, depending on what you have going on across the Northeast. Farther off to the south, down that front, which you'll see in just a moment, that's where some of those thunderstorms could maintain the intensity. First front comes on through. The next one, this is the leading edge of the big-time switch-up in the overall air mass. That's effectively the border of the pattern change right there. As this moves through, you see a little burst of some snow possible right there across parts of the Great Lakes region. So we'll be watching that for you moving through the weekend. Gets to be an interesting time of the year when you've got cold enough air in the mix to get that rain-snow mix and even a switch over to just snow. But it's also the time of the year where we've got a south wind off of the Gulf. It's still muggy. There's still plenty enough energy to produce strong and severe thunderstorms. We're expecting some of those too. From central parts of Kentucky down into middle Tennessee, Nashville up to almost Louisville, that will be the zone where we're most concerned for some large hail. Damaging wind gusts are possible. There's a small chance of a tornado. So throughout the afternoon, the first part of the evening tomorrow, we'll be watching radar closely, looking for any indication of rotating storm. So that'll be about this time tomorrow here on Fox Weather Now. Here's the Fox Weather model showing you just that. The scattered coverage of storms firing up through the earlier part of the afternoon, peaking in intensity late afternoon through the evening. And then with time, this gets hung up. Some storms into the first part of the weekend, the first half of it down across the south. A couple of those could turn strong or severe with some damaging wind gusts as a result. Then the cold comes crashing in, so plan for this. Sunday, 52 million folks, mostly across the northern half of the country, wake up to below freezing temperatures. By Tuesday morning, it's the whole eastern half of America, 174 million people waking up to below freezing temperatures. That does it for this hour of Fox Weather Now. Don't forget to download that Fox Weather app. Easy way to track the cold and some of the storms closer to the weekend.
Hi, my name is Brady. When I was born, my parents thought everything was okay. My mom and dad were so excited to take me home.
I still get goosebumps telling this story. Several days in, his skin started to become very cold and clammy. We noticed that he had become blue around his mouth, and something was just very off.
We packed up as fast as we could. Brady stopped breathing twice on the way to the pediatrician. And that was one of the #1 things that just haunts me to this day.
I was born with a congenital heart defect called aortic coarctation. If my parents waited just one more hour to drive me to the hospital, I would not be here today. But thanks to research funded by the American Heart Association, I had heart surgery that saved my life. But not every kid is as lucky as me, which is why we need your help. Just call the number on the screen or go to helpheart.org. For only $19 a month, just 63 cents a day, you can help. Get people trained in CPR. Get more hospitals certified in high-quality cardiovascular care. And help fund the next medical breakthroughs to help save kids like me.
When you donate to the American Heart Association, you're helping save lives like my son. And now, my son is happy and healthy thanks to the support of people like you.
When you call with your $19 a month, you'll get this really cool t-shirt as a thank you. Many children die from congenital heart defects. I can't wait to grow up to become a heart surgeon and fix babies' hearts, but until then, I'll keep helping the American Heart Association. So please join me. Just call the number on your screen or go to helpheart.org to become a monthly donor and help save lives.
Hi. Yeah, I'm you. But with way more gusto. Switch payroll? With Gusto, it's effortless. And then I even had time to make this. Sign me up. Switch to smoother payroll. Yeah, I knew you'd like it.
This is a story about the one. The one who looks to Grainger to make sparks fly. Getting it done right is a craft. It takes experience, the right material, and the right partner like Grainger with a wide range of professional-grade products. For the one, working hard means others can play even harder. Call, click Grainger.com, or stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I recently helped a couple buy their dream home even before selling their current one. HomeLight's Buy Before You Sell program was a game changer. They were able to buy and sell on their own schedule. It was so easy and they were thrilled.
Right now on Fox Weather, a few seasonal firsts ahead for parts of the Midwest and the interior Northeast. Some lake effect snow bands making a return to the forecast. They could accumulate in spots. We got a big pattern shift taking place into the weekend. We'll show you that. And this switch up will allow cold air to take over the eastern half of the country. We're expecting the coldest air of the season so far to pour in over the next few days with a widespread freeze extending down into the deep south. It's by Tuesday morning. Some record low temperatures possible as far south as Florida. Places like Jacksonville, Lakeland, looking at you. I will show you how far south it gets and how long it hangs around. Plus, severe weather is back in the forecast for parts of the Tennessee and Ohio valleys to close out this work week. You're looking at live pictures this afternoon of both Nashville and Louisville. Middle Tennessee will be right in the mix, right in the middle of this. We'll take you through the timing. It's all right now on Fox Weather Now. Hey, good Thursday afternoon, everybody. Thank you, as always, for being here with us on Fox Weather. Right now, it's 4 o'clock on the East Coast, 1 p.m. out west. I'm Ian Oliver, and this is Fox Weather Now. This is what we have going on. We know it's been an active, windy week up across the Northeast. Well, nothing different today. We had this potent storm that went through during the overnight hours, but we're still stuck with gusty conditions. And with the situation as it is with the government shutdown, staffing, and the air traffic controllers, we've got big problems again with travel. It's some function of both wind and staffing issues at major airports. Got a severe storm risk. You heard about that. We'll get into the details for Tennessee up through Kentucky, the Ohio Valley, all the way down to the Gulf Coast. Some possibility of severe weather, and this will impact, if you can dodge that, you can't dodge this. Everybody gets in on this across the eastern part of the country. Late in the weekend, the early part of next week, by Tuesday morning, I think many of us will be experiencing the coldest air so far this season. Let's get you some time-lapse video. It's from midnight through this morning. The Mount Washington Observatory up in New Hampshire. Look at that. Snow blowing in. Might be a little rime ice left and right side of the screen. Obviously, the visibility is not excellent for obvious reasons. That's because winds were gusting up to 109 miles per hour. That was clocked between 5:40 and 5:50 a.m. That's up around, obviously far from a tropical system, but that's up to a Category 2 hurricane equivalence, at least for that instance as that gust was working through. This is what was responsible for that. And if you've been with us this week on Fox Weather, early in the week, we had what was a weak area of low pressure about here. It bombed out in intensity as it approached Newfoundland and produced wind gusts up to almost 100 miles per hour. This is another strong storm rolling through right now, and it was potent, unlike the first one. It was potent, moving its way right across the Great Lakes and into the Northeast and New England. Most of any wet weather is done. That's really backed off over the last couple of hours, what were the last few sprinkles. But the wind, you can see that progression, that strong northwest wind in through here. Mount Washington, by the way, still gusting up to 82. They have an almost hurricane force sustained wind at 70 miles per hour. Portland and Bangor gusting 20 to 25 miles per hour. Same story for Boston. Albany is a bit closer to 30 miles per hour. That wind is giving some of the Northeast area airports fits. Obviously, even under the best of circumstances, with staffing as it is, we've been dealing with issues and the throttling down of the flight schedule. We know some of the headaches that are now starting to mount. Then you throw the weather into the mix, and it becomes especially problematic. About 2,500 delays, Northeast area airports. We've been watching LaGuardia, Newark, big chunk of that coming from those two major airports. Almost 500 delays today at LaGuardia, 460 at Newark. So, yeah, Boston Logan, by the way, 21 canceled flights. We got a ground delay at LaGuardia, a ground delay at Newark. So, Dylan, looks like they pulled the ground stop. Yep. So for a period of time, there was a ground stop at Newark. No flights that were headed in that direction left. They stayed where they were. Now they're just backed up. But, man, that number has worsened considerably from last time we checked in. Just from the 3 Northeast area airports. Looks like JFK faring the best this afternoon. But LaGuardia and Newark, yeah, still in the ground delay programs. Over 1,000 flight delays at the 3 airports, representing almost a third of scheduled flights today. It's tough going. Here comes another storm moving to close out this week and into the early part of the weekend. This, too, will have some wind with it and precipitation, adding to some of these challenges. It's also the same one, we'll get into that in a moment, that's responsible for the severe weather potential. But by the late afternoon hours tomorrow, we'll be approaching rush hour. Pennsylvania, up into much of New York again. That's rain all the way up into Quebec this go-around. By 11 p.m., end of the evening, that's moving its way through the I-95 corridor, and behind it, it stays a bit gusty. That's the next disturbance in this sequence that continues through, at least that one. That'll move through over the weekend. It'll have more wind in tow with it. That's the second half of the weekend for the Northeast with that one. The rain still to come through Saturday morning. Not a huge amount, but you notice the snow, for now, is confined north of the border. That'll change coming up through this extended forecast. The weather pattern switches up. You'll see that coming up in just a few minutes. Let's give you a look this afternoon. Nashville, 70 degrees. Get some bright sunshine. People are out and about, getting in on some live music, even middle of the afternoon, latter part of the afternoon on a Thursday. I guess Central Time, it is more like the middle of the afternoon. It looks awfully nice. High temperatures today, a sneak up into the low 70s. The problem's tomorrow, and you need to be aware of this as we move through the secondary severe weather season. It's kind of a classic setup for something like that. 2 different air masses, 2 very contrasting air masses clashing, and they come together right there. That's the convergence of both the front, which is the lifting mechanism to generate some of these thunderstorms, and where there's actually energy to produce them, to produce the thunderstorms. That pools out ahead of that front into the afternoon, and it all comes together from the Ohio River down to the Gulf Coast. Those are the areas where we'll have most of the energy. Cold air aloft, that adds to the instability. It also kicks up the hail potential, which I think will be the most widespread hazard from these storms. But there's also a lot of wind shear out of the surface. It's southerly, pumping up that moisture from the Gulf. Aloft, it's more westerly, and it's a lot faster. So any of these storms that do become especially intense or tall may feel some of that twisting, could potentially become supercells. We'll watch for that. It's not a widespread hazard, but it's also not zero. So something that needs to be monitored. This is the zone where we have the level 2 out of 5 from the Storm Prediction Center. Nashville, down toward places like Lawrenceburg, Brentwood, Columbia, up to Bowling Green, southern parts of the Commonwealth. Louisville, though, and I-64 east out to Lexington, you are included in that level 1 threat. So I wouldn't stare just at the red shaded area. More broadly speaking, there's severe weather potential across this whole region, all the places where you could see that storm energy pooling. It's just that level 2 hail threat is in the spots we were just talking about. And then into the first part of the weekend, that front hangs up. It becomes more west to east oriented, and south of it, there's enough energy to once again generate some strong borderline severe storms. That's into the weekend. Folks are trying to unplug. Just be aware, keep the phone handy. There is the possibility you could run into a severe thunderstorm on Saturday. Fox weather model showing us the timing of all this into the afternoon. There's the genesis of some of those storms about 3 o'clock, 4, 5, 6 o'clock. They're peaking in intensity, and they'll hang on to that into the latter part of the evening. And then you can see that line flattening out a bit moving into Saturday. Part of the reason with that boundary still around, there's still some severe weather potential on Saturday. Bitter cold. It follows the storm system that moves in over the weekend. We could see some records drop deep south, as far south as Florida. At least a couple of locations down in Florida, that's a possibility. Like Tally, you've got below freezing temperatures in your forecast. Feels kind of wild to say that. It's 77 degrees right now with a southwest wind. Well, both of those things are switching up, both the wind direction and the thermometer as a result. This is why. You got the upper level pattern, west to east flow with the jet stream, zonal flow, little but potent embedded disturbances in that flow. We've been dealing with those across the northern tier, the Great Lakes, the Northeast. Watch what happens with the jet stream into the early part of next week. Mega dip, a strong dip in the jet stream, which allows the coldest air of the season so far to make it really far south. And that will drop temperatures 20, maybe up to 25 degrees below average in spots. All that deep blue that you see, it's really the whole eastern half of the country that gets in on this. So much so, it isn't just chilly. Low temperatures at or below the freezing mark. It's clearly almost half. That whole eastern part of the country, 171 million Americans waking up to those cold temperatures come Tuesday morning. Tuesday does look to be the coldest morning, and then we'll start to climb out of that temperature hole second half of next week. But the frost and freeze potential, the freeze, this color in through here, the brighter one, yeah, right down to the Florida-Georgia line, Alabama over into Mississippi. So if you're within maybe 50 to 100 miles of the Gulf Coast, you could dodge that. You're north of that, you got trouble with what's expected to be, in many of these spots, a hard freeze. Several hours of sub-freezing temperatures come Tuesday morning. So here it is, taking over. Atlanta, 29 degrees first thing Tuesday morning. Montgomery, down into the mid-20s. Even Savannah, down at the freezing mark. Nashville, too. Severe weather tomorrow. Sub-freezing temperatures come Tuesday morning. Get set for a turbulent stretch. I mentioned Lakeland. You can book that one Tuesday morning. The record is from 1996, 44. Forecast low is 38 degrees. It's a little bit closer there in Jacksonville. The forecast is 34. The record's 35. OG Star Wars year, 1977. Montgomery, 25. That'll blow out the record from 1991. So, yeah, this is big time cold in the first go around with it as we head into early next week. It's Football Thursday, and we've got a competitive Fox Weather tailgate taking place. What's going on now? Cornhole boards are gone. But this might be friendlier. That's Nick and Sean. Yeah. Sonny might be, is that keep away, or is Sonny a free safety? A bad one, if so. We're going to find out what's going on out there, outside on Fox Square. We're heading out there to talk to Nick when we come right back. Keep it here.
One of the biggest challenges my clients face is buying and selling a home at the same time. That's why who you work with matters. With HomeLight, we're able to help our clients buy and sell at the same time. It's the most game-changing product in real estate today.
It's been since 2011 that I've really started getting into precious metals. I had a lot of fun doing that commercial. I did that first commercial 5 years ago, I believe. I had a belief back then that precious metals were something stable to be in, and I still believe in that today. I'm a crane operator by trade. I have only a few more months left. To prepare for retirement, I found precious metals to be a little more stable and has a continuous growth. Physical gold is tangible. You can touch it, you can feel it, and you know it's there, that you have something to fall back on.
Call to get your free copy of my new special report, The Global Gold Forecast. Inside, you'll find the key factors I've covered on gold ownership and why you may need to start owning gold today. Pick up the phone and call America's Gold Authority right now. Start protecting your hard-earned money today. Call now to receive exclusive information on how you can begin protecting your assets with physical gold, silver, platinum, and palladium.
I have had quite a few friends that have also got involved with precious metals. My knowledge that I gained, I passed on to them, and I've had them call me back and say, hey, thanks, because I'm making more money off of it than if the money was sitting in the bank. So I have researched other companies. I never found any other company that could compete with U.S. Money Reserve. The people that I've worked with made a big difference. They treated me with the utmost respect, and they helped me through the process. Would I recommend people to U.S. Money Reserve? Absolutely. I have, and I still will today.
When your pet has unexpected ailments, Fetch covers that. Fetch provides the most complete pet insurance and pays you back up to 90% of pet bills. Vet visit for painful paws? Fetch covers that. Allergies? Fetch covers that. Limping, broken bones, vomiting, cancer, x-rays? Fetch covers all of that and so much more. Submitting claims is fast and easy. And you get paid back when you use your vet or any vet in the US or Canada. Fetch, the most complete pet insurance. Get your free quote at fetchpet.com.
Buying or selling a home has gotten hard. That's why who you work with matters. I partner with HomeLight to help our clients win in any situation. Our buyers find great deals on their dream homes, and our sellers get top dollar. Together, we all win.
Hey, welcome back to Fox Weather Now. We're keeping an eye on the flight situation across the country. More than 4,500 delays, more than 100 canceled flights. In the Northeast, it's some combination between the staffing and the wind. And the wind has been ever present moving through the last several days. A sequence of storms. There goes the one from last night and early this morning, racing its way up through Atlantic Canada. Newfoundland's been taking a beating by these. We know the powerful one that bombed out earlier this week produced a wind gust up to almost 100 miles per hour. That one's still healthy as it's moving overhead. Across the Northeast, it's still gusty enough to generate some of those issues. LaGuardia is citing wind for their delays. They're averaging about an hour at this point with the ground delay. Albany's gusting to almost 30 miles per hour, Boston at 25, Chatham 24 miles per hour, back closer to the Great Lakes. A little bit of a break after what you experienced through the second half of the day yesterday. This is what I was talking about, though. Our FlightAware misery map, we're getting pretty accustomed now to seeing the red cranked up on these meters. Logan is also, they're citing both of them, a ground delay in effect, wind and staffing. There you go. Average delay there, that's not a good number. 3 hours and 20 minutes. So, yeah, check with your carrier if you've got plans in or out of some of these places. There you go. I mentioned LaGuardia citing wind. Average delay is an hour. O'Hare, a ground delay there. Major delays starting to stack up. It's a little bit over an hour, about an hour in 15 minutes. So it's tough going at many airports, especially the ones that are being impacted by weather to worsen things. There's the Fox weather model. You've got the rain-snow line. This is moving through tomorrow afternoon. It's way up in Quebec. It's off to the north of the border. Rain that moves its way across the Northeast, but more gusty wind in some of the heavier rain and down across, as we've talked about, Middle Tennessee up into Kentucky. That's where we see the greatest severe weather risk for Friday. The Fox Weather Tailgate is back in full swing on Fox Square. A packed slate of games lined up for this weekend. Let's get out there and check in with Nick Koser and Outkick's Sean Anderson. Guys, great to have you back. Sean's a new friend, right? He's been a great addition to the Fox Weather Tailgate, the analysis with Nick. we got a chance, the three of us, to talk football earlier. We didn't know Sean was a Falcons guy, and I maybe would have chose my words differently last week. I mean, I liked the result with the Patriots, but I maybe would have been a little bit more respectful.
Yeah, when you were making your prediction about the Patriots winning, I noticed he was real quiet, and he just couldn't hold it in. At the 20 seconds later, he goes, "I think the Falcons are going to win," and he said it with a burning conviction. And I wasn't sure why, but that's your team.
There's some old hurt. I went to school in New England. My first winter there was the 28-3 Super Bowl. They were rioting out front of my dorm, and then I had to get away. And that kind of hurt me a little bit. I was at the top of campus burning down a Black and Mild by myself because it was so depressing.
I've been there. Nick, he's got like 3 or 4 inches on us, too. Cigar. I would have needed my guy Nick to help me out if Sean had taken exception to all that.
Yeah, he's a former O-lineman, so he's built different. And speaking of the Falcons, let's start there because that's our first game. This is the overseas game this week. This is the early Sunday morning matchup. The Falcons take it on the Colts. Colts are looking good this year. Before we get to that, I do want to mention the weather actually looks pretty good, although the rain impact now, 3.2, so we're going to have to watch out for that. The max row is still green. It's at a 1.7 total. I don't think we're going to see a lot of rain, but that's something to keep an eye on. In any event, it's going to be cloudy and temps in the 40s, so it's football playing weather. Having said that, the Colts look good.
They look good, and Berlin's finally going to actually see some stars in this game. You have the 2 best running backs in the NFL, and Jonathan Taylor and Bijan Robinson going out performing. Drake London's a star. Daniel Jones is like a shocking star. Normally, years ago, we'd be like, all right, send Daniel Jones over there. We'll give them that product. But now they're actually getting treated with a good quarterback matchup, 2 good offenses, and they're going to see Indy take a nice little win here.
As a Falcons guy, is Bijan just your favorite player?
Oh, I love him.
He's such a stud.
Yeah,
it's fun to watch him run.
It takes a lot for me to not DM him on a Friday night and be like, hey, you mean so much to me. But because he means so much to me, I refuse to try to cross that threshold.
I like it. Got to stay professional when you're in this business, All right, let's talk about this game, which probably will be below professional standards, weather-wise and football-wise. I really hope none of these players are actually watching me because I've just been bad-mouthing both the Jets and the Browns all day. And if they ever see me out here, they're probably not going to have a good reaction. In any event, max row is 5.1, so it's medium. So it's going to be rough weather for a game that's probably just going to be a rough game in general.
Yeah, Cleveland, O-line issues, Jets, all football issues. The whole team is shattered. I don't know which players are going to come up and give you a hard time. They're all gone now. Quinnen Williams, gone. Sauce Gardner, gone. Yeah, so their stars have left. Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson are still there. That's good for the Jets, but it would be silly to pick the Jets in a win, even over Cleveland. And Cleveland doesn't have much going for them either. But at least they have a bit of a run game and a defense.
Okay, you alienated Ian last week. Do you want to alienate me right now? What's going on here?
Look, Ian's got a 7-2 football team. It's almost a little more fun to alienate there.
You're just kicking me while I'm down here. Whatever. All right, I get it. You kind of have to be honest. So let's talk about the Bills-Dolphins. This is going to be taking place at Hard Rock Stadium. This is in Miami. And this is going to be a little bit of a wet one as well. Cold front going to be impacting a lot of the nation. So this has the Rowie up at a medium level, at least for a little while during the game. Watch out for some thunderstorms, maybe a lightning delay or two. Man, this is going to be, this ain't going to be pretty for the Dolphins.
No, this is going to be a bad scene. I think they're only like 9.5-point dogs also. But 2 weeks ago, Tua claims, the Miami quarterback claims that he can't see very well over the offensive line. This past week, he claims that the opposing fans' noise got to him while they were at home. So Buffalo fans travel well. They're going to invade Hard Rock. They're going to take over the game. They're probably going to win by 20 or 30 in this one.
You think they'll put up 40 points?
It could easily be 40 points.
I'm going to go 48-6. That's my official prediction.
That's not bad.
Bills.
I kind of like that.
You like that?
Yeah.
I was close on the Bills-Chiefs game last week. I said 30-33. I think it ended up 28-21, but it could have very easily been closer to what I said. Real quick, college game. Ducks, Hawkeyes. Ducks, they're number 9 ranked, but they're going to have to contend probably with the rain more than the Hawkeyes here.
Yeah, Middle America loves this stuff. Iowa, 44 degrees, raining and wind. They are going to sit in that stadium for 3 hours and be happy about it. I sat at it for a quarter at a Bowling Green football game, and I was, get me out of here. It's too cold. It's too wet.
Yeah.
But the people in Iowa love it, and I think the Oregon team actually suited up decently for this, playing in the Pacific Northwest. They play in a lot of rain. They play in a lot of cold. It's actually one of the few former Pac-12 teams that have moved to the Big Ten that I think are somewhat equipped to handle the Big Ten weather.
You know, Ian, I think Sean's onto something. I don't know if Midwesterners like it, but they always seem to find the positive in the bad. They're like, yeah, it could be worse, you know, and I'm from Ohio, so that's just kind of what we do, Ian. In any event, there you go.
We established that.
He made good on your, yeah.
No, by virtue of your birthright, you're allowed to rip the Browns whenever you want. And Todd, our senior producer in the booth, he made a really good point. You can say what you want about the Jets, because after the trade deadline, there actually aren't any players left to be angry at you.
Well, let's see. All I know is a professional kicker could probably show me a thing or two.
Yes.
So I should probably just keep my mouth shut.
Yeah.
I'm much past my prime, you know.
At least you two guys, at least
Same.
both your teams have kickers. We just signed our 3rd of the season this year. Gosh, I'd show him
It's
a thing or
tough.
two. Go ahead, make an extra point, dude.
I like it.
going.
I like it.
It's week 10. We're moving through the season. We've got storylines, more great football to take us into the weekend. Nick and Sean, thank you both as always. Let's dive into week 10. Fox has you covered with all the NFL Sunday matchups. Starting at 1 p.m. Eastern, check it out, the New York Football Giants. They head to the Windy City to battle it out with the Bears. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, they're hoping for a bounce back. They need this. They need a win in Minneapolis to turn that season around over the Vikings. The Saints, they travel to Charlotte, desperate for a second win as they go against the Carolina Panthers. And then at 4 p.m. Eastern, we've got America's Game of the Week. Matt Stafford, red hot. The Rams, they travel north to take on the San Francisco 49ers in a heated NFC West matchup, while a select few folks will see the Detroit Lions and the Washington Commanders. Make sure to watch this Sunday only on Fox. Let's head back to the West Coast. We've got this barrage of storms. That's the moody look in Seattle. It's looked like that throughout the week, truly, with this onslaught, one after another, atmospheric river events, one about to move on shore. The last potent one in the sequence, there is one more storm into the weekend. It doesn't have the same sting that some of these have had, though. But yeah, 54 degrees, and you could see those dark skies off in the distance. Core of the wind with this next round, area of low pressure way off to the north and west, as these have been. The storm track with the orientation of the moisture plume, as well as where that area of low pressure is pulling up warmth from the south. These have been primarily rain events. You really got to go into the high terrain of the Olympics and the Cascades to get into any of the snow. There's been a lot of wind in the Northwest, too. The two corners of the country, Northeast, Northwest, that's where we found all the wind so far this week. There's more of it into this evening, tonight, tomorrow morning, 40 to 50 mile per hour gusts. You see that with our exclusive Fox weather model. That's 5 o'clock local. Big coverage of mostly rain across Washington, Oregon, and down into northern parts of California. That will slide east with time, moving through the overnight. Some snow into the northern Rockies. You could see the Cascades lighting up a little bit late tonight, early part of tomorrow. That's that next storm into the weekend. We'll be watching that. The rain still to come, though, through what's left of the week. The darker green representing another 1 to 2 inches of rain in spots that have gotten soaked repeatedly just over the last several days in this active pattern. There's your forecast in Seattle. Does improve into the weekend. You got partly cloudy skies, temperatures in the mid-50s, a little milder as you're wrapping up the weekend. Straight ahead on Fox Weather now, the northern lights could shine over parts of the U.S. tonight. That was the case before sunrise. That was this morning in Alaska, Anchorage. Man, that's awesome. A strong geomagnetic storm may make the aurora borealis visible much farther off to the south than Anchorage. We're talking about Pennsylvania, Oregon, and not just tonight, potentially over the weekend too. Recent solar activity has set the stage for the colorful display. We got more Fox weather coming up. Keep it here.
We've moved so far away from the Constitution that in many ways we don't even recognize it.
In Hillsdale College's most popular online course, Constitution 101, distinguished politics professors teach you the meaning and history of the Constitution, how it's been undermined, and what it will take to restore it. Absolutely free at learnfromhillsdale.org. You'll learn the principles of American government, discover how the founders established the freest and most prosperous nation in history, see the ways we have moved beyond the Constitution in the past, and how we face a new crisis posed by the rise of the bureaucratic state.
We think that we're becoming more advanced by abandoning the Constitution and adopting something like an administrative state, that the administrative state intrudes upon even the minutest aspects of people's lives.
When you learn the facts about the Constitution and see that its principles are just as important today as when first written, you'll understand why we must fight to recover it for future generations.
Almost everybody in America, even people of very different perspectives, senses there's something deeply wrong with our political life. Recovery of the earlier constitutional understanding, I believe it's useful to help guide us, but at the very least, we have to understand it.
This exceptional content is available to you now. Signing up is easy and free when you go to learnfromhillsdale.org today. When you sign up, you'll enjoy 12 easy-to-follow lessons and be able to separate truth from fiction regarding the Constitution. Join more than 1 million Americans who've taken Constitution 101 or enjoy one of the many other course opportunities by signing up for free today.
You know, this course really does help you understand our protections and what this country is founded on.
I was really humbled by how much of history I'd forgotten. Everyone really needs to take this course.
To start your journey discovering the Constitution free of charge, go to learnfromhillsdale.org today.
It's AARP.
Are you joining AARP?
Actually, I just did.
Call or go to joinaarp.org to join today for just $15 for your first year with automatic renewal, and your second membership is free. And get instant access to discounts on eye care, prescriptions, savings on travel, dining, and deals from top retailers. So many ways to save. Instant resources, tools, and tips to help manage your money, maximize your health, and so much more. Member offers find you wherever you are. And AARP is the largest advocacy group for people over 50. Your voice will be heard.
I'm nowhere near ready to retire, and AARP has been a tremendous resource for that.
I love the local retail discounts, and we check out the hotels, the dining. AARP saves us a lot of money.
Join and get an insulated trunk organizer free, plus AARP the magazine.
Call 1-800-608-2773 or go online today.
Hey, welcome back to Fox Weather Now. Thanks for being here at the bottom of the hour. I'm Ian Oliver. These are the big stories we have to take us through this Thursday afternoon. Some of them are familiar, and some are the first go-around this season with this. The Northeast travel situation, the potent storm systems that have been moving through, quick movers, and the wind causing big headaches at the airports. All of that is still happening, and that most certainly is not new. The severe storm risk, we're watching this with a front that will be moving into the Northeast tomorrow. Down south, there's extra energy and severity to these storms. Talking about central parts of the Commonwealth of Kentucky down into Middle Tennessee. Big hail as the greatest concern, but also some damaging wind gusts and the outside chance of a tornado. This is the big switch up that is moving the needle a whole lot closer to winter as we get through the weekend and then especially into early next week. There's this Canadian air takeover, the whole eastern half of the country. We're going to have about 175 million folks with below freezing temperatures Tuesday morning and overall temperatures that are about 20 to 25 degrees below average for this time of the year. So big old taste of winter for about half the country coming into next week. Let's get started, though, with what's going on in the Northeast. That is a look at, that's Warwick, Rhode Island? Oh, that's where TF Green is. PVD, the airport there. Look at the flag. Northwest wind, 12 miles per hour. We had been showing Weymouth, and that's what tripped me up there. New England scenes, beautiful ones. The problem is the gusty winds, obviously, still being produced by this. The Real Color satellite shows us that. Earlier this week, we had the storm that bombed out, explosive bombogenesis, truly, that happened off the east coast of the United States. That storm got super strong, produced a wind gust up to almost 100 miles per hour up in Newfoundland. Now you got another storm moving on through. Backside of these storms have featured lingering strong winds out of the southwest, and we're stuck with this again this afternoon. Even though most of the wet weather, thankfully that's done, it's staying breezy, and with that, this isn't necessarily representative, but look at Mount Washington. We showed you some of the pictures from last night up there where it gusted over 100 miles per hour, still gusting up to about hurricane force. Boston, Chatham, gusting to 25 miles per hour, capital region of New York, Albany, up to almost 30 miles per hour. So we know the situation as it is, day 37 of the government shutdown, air traffic control, major staffing issues across the country. Under the best of weather circumstances, airports are stressed, and it's leading to delays, even just with regular volume. Then you throw winds into the mix, which throw anything off schedule, and the impacts start cascading. We've seen that. We may see that worsen in weather-affected places through the next few days. That's the scene across Northeast area airports, almost 2,200 delays, 70 canceled flights, but we've seen some trouble out of the New York City metro airports and also up at Logan. Logan's been citing some wind and staffing. Average delay is more than 3 hours. So that's what I'm talking about. Across the country, 4,700 delays so far today. New York, it's LaGuardia and Newark, the two top of the list for delays. More than 500 at LaGuardia, almost that over in Newark. And ground delays remain in effect in those places. So slow going. That is some combination of wind and staffing. The wind is gusting up to 30 miles per hour. The wind direction out of the west-northwest is more of a challenge for these places. And just the New York City area airports account for 674 of those flight delays. That's almost a third of the scheduled flights today at those three airports. Up in Boston, Logan, we mentioned the big numbers for their delays too. You've got that west wind, gets gusty again into the end of the week with the next storm moving in. Here it is, familiar track right over the Great Lakes. This one, though, the potency of that front extends considerably farther off to the south. That's where we find the severe weather potential. So let's get into that. Give you a look this afternoon at Louisville, Kentucky. Not a cloud to be found. 62 degrees, got a southeast breeze there at 6 miles per hour. It's a really good look at the Derby City. Different story tomorrow. Storms move in, and there's some severe weather potential there in Louisville, too. A greater risk down toward Nashville. So there's the Fox weather forecast. Potent area of low pressure moving across the Great Lakes. Warm front somewhere along the border, northern New England and Quebec. The cold front slices through the Mid-South, the Ohio and Tennessee valleys. That's where we have the convergence between the cold front, which is the trigger, the lifting mechanism to generate storms, giving the air that bump up or force up that it needs, and the overall storm energy building from the south. Daytime heating, you've got some of that moisture working up with a south wind from the Gulf, and there's enough shear that we could see a few of these storms, at least at development when they're operating in their own environments, individual storms becoming supercells with rotating updrafts. That exacerbates the hail threat. Most certainly going to make that worse, as that's the biggest concern for tomorrow. But there's also the outside chance that a few of those rotating storms produce an isolated tornado. Not a big one, but we'll be watching for any indicators of rotation, particularly in these areas in through here, which does include Nashville, up Interstate 65, south of Louisville. Those are the areas where the Storm Prediction Center has outlined at a level 2 out of 5 threat for severe weather, but also for damaging hail, large hail possible in those spots, so well in excess of an inch in diameter. Here's what it looks like with the overall timing. Our Fox weather model showing you, this is what I was talking about at the onset, where the line of storms hasn't fully developed into a line just yet, broken coverage of discrete cells. That's where we could see some of those concerns. Later into the evening, as that line fills in, gusty winds along it, some pockets of heavy rain, but we'll get beyond the more widespread severe weather potential at that point. Into the early part of the weekend, front gets hung up, turns more west to east oriented, refires on Saturday afternoon. Not many, but a handful of storms could turn severe Saturday afternoon, the first part of the evening, and we'll see what kind of shape this is all in. Some showers, maybe a few thunderstorms, even into a Sunday. We'll watch for that. That's the threat for Saturday, though. Large hail, damaging wind gusts possible. It won't be a widespread thing. This is tomorrow, getting zoomed in here on Nashville, Franklin, Murfreesboro, all of these spots, the whole metro area. Be aware that it's 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock right through that evening rush that you've got some of those strong storms moving through. And depending on where you're at there in Middle Tennessee and what your plans are for Friday evening, you got to be aware even down toward Manchester and through there, some of the storms hang around into the first part of the evening. That is a look at Tallahassee, capital of Florida. Temps in the mid-70s, southeast breeze, couple miles per hour. You do have some cloud cover around. You also have a big switch in your overall conditions coming as we move through the weekend and into early next week. They'll have their first big freeze right there in Tallahassee before one happens in New York. And it's all because of this big pattern change that's happening. Yeah, we haven't had a freezing temperature just yet. A lot more folks will be able to say they have by the time we move to Tuesday morning. You'll see that. So the pattern we've been in, cold air is all bottled up in Canada. We've got a west to east oriented jet stream, zonal flow we call it, little disturbances, little but potent disturbances that have, give us headaches. They keep us on our toes tracking those through the week. Big switch up, and it comes with this very amplified dip in the jet stream, a strong one that allows all that cold air in Canada to make it all the way down to the Gulf Coast. So much so that we're expecting freezing temperatures almost to the Gulf Coast by Tuesday morning. These are temperatures that'll be somewhere between 10 and 25 degrees below average for this time of the year, which of course means we'll be challenging records at that point. But look at the takeover. Northern tier, second half of the weekend, about 50 million folks. Monday, it's up to 111 million. And then look at Tuesday, the shape of this. You can see almost what that big dip in the jet stream would look like. The whole eastern half of the country, which includes about 170 million Americans, waking up to sub-freezing temperatures. That's outside of folks that are immediately along the Gulf Coast and the southern two-thirds of the Florida Peninsula. That's one way to look at it right here, the frost and freeze potential. All these shaded areas have frost potential, and then as you move up toward the Florida-Georgia line, Florida-Alabama line, that's more or less where the freeze is. You get north of that gradient, the periphery of that, and you're up into a hard freeze where you've got several hours where you can expect temperatures to be down below the freezing mark and into the 20s. Monday morning, it's cold, but not the coldest. That's still arriving. But Memphis, Nashville down to 30. Look at Tuesday, how this switches up. Atlanta gets down to 29. Savannah, 32 degrees. Montgomery into the mid-20s. That'll be for a several-hour stretch. That's why I'm talking about this being a hard freeze. Jackson, Mississippi, you're waking up to temperatures down at 26 degrees. So winter is coming, folks. No question. With winter on its way, the Fox Weather Ski House is too. We've got more action-packed ski adventures. Bob Van Doen's on deck for the first go-around. He's kicking things off at Deer Valley Resort in Park City, Utah. The first ski house of the season is coming up Wednesday, December 3rd. That's at noon Eastern time, only on Fox Weather. Coming up next on Fox Weather Now, a strong atmospheric river dropping snow on UC Berkeley's Central Sierra Snow Lab. This is just one of several atmospheric rivers making landfall on the West Coast. A little break of dry weather, some sunshine in the mix into the weekend. We got more Fox Weather coming up. Keep it here.
Just hold me and then, just hold me again. happy that I have gold. I have gold as a hedge against inflation. I know that this is the only thing that represents real money. I've had a portfolio of course, stocks, but no one ever talked about gold as part of your portfolio. To make a long story short, I end up buying gold for the first time. And boy, was I excited. What I like about owning physical gold is that I'm in control of my money. No one else has his hands on it, but I can put my hands right on it right now. If I need it right away, it's there.
If you would like to learn more about why physical gold should be an important part of your portfolio, simply call to receive the complete guide to buying gold, filled with new and exclusive information, including facts you should know about making any gold, silver, platinum, or palladium purchase. Call now to also receive our new 2025 Global Gold Forecast Special Report. Inside, you'll find the real issues on why you need to start owning gold today. You can also receive a copy of our new report, Protection in the Risk Zone. U.S. Money Reserve can walk you through the 3 simple steps of transferring your existing 401k or IRA into a precious metals IRA backed by physical gold to further protect your assets from market